This is the problem. When Striker hears rumors, or not even rumors, when he hears murmurs, he keeps them to himself. When I hear them, I say them, and then Turkish fans get mad at me because I say they're going international. But
talking about that.
But that is happening.
That is. Oh, now here we go. Aurora. Yeah.
Going international.
So it's not just me saying it.
It's not just you.
Yeah. But people don't believe it still.
No. But it is happening. I don't think it's 100% like what the actual lineup is, but there's going to be changes.
I mean, the Ash thing is 100%.
Yeah.
Say it for the people in the back.
Ash is going to be coaching Aurora, 100%.
What if they win the major?
He will be coaching Aurora.
Yeah?
Yeah, 100%.
The biggest news roundup. Exclusive insights. All delivered to your inbox. Sign up to the HLTV newsletter today.
All right, I don't know what camera I'm on, and sorry we're late. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Counter-Strike fans around the globe, welcome to another episode of HLTV Confirmed. We are coming to you live and direct from Cologne, Germany, from, the SK office. It's a beautiful office. It's called Magenta. That's the color. But anyway, we've got a live audience. Hello, everybody. There we go. That's what we're looking for. That's the correct reaction. So quick shout out to Kick. We're streaming to you live and exclusively on there, and skins.com. 0% fees, peer-to-peer. There you go. We'll be doing Skinionaire for them a little bit later. So we've got a bunch of goodies to give away here tonight. We got Prof, we got Striker, but give a round of applause to Kakafu, coach of Monte. Kakafu, thank you for joining us, sir.
Thanks for having me.
Now, we had like a whole preamble situation here on the couch. So we've been here for about 15 minutes while Lucas has been fixing his stuff. And we weren't going to get into any of the conversation out the gates because we got to save the gold. We got to wait till we're live. We got to wait till we're rolling, and we're rolling now. So, mate, your major journey, right? Pretty impressive, I'd say. The couple of close games there in stage 3 as well. You're taking maps off some big names. Unfortunately, had to end in getting eliminated before the playoffs. But all in all, with the journey, what are you guys now? You're 18th in the world, is that by HLTV rankings?
Yeah, around there.
So you made a bit of a run at this one, and I think you turned some heads. Everybody quite impressed with Mr. Gizmy and how he conducted himself. So tell us a bit about the Gizmodo Dragon, as I like to call him.
I mean, Gizmy is a great person, right? I think for his young age, he's very, committed of what he's doing, and he has just a lot of passion. And I think that's like super important for me to see, because some players are doing it because they have to do it. But I think for him, it's just really the passion, and he puts a lot of hours. He does a lot of preparation, and he's just also a great captain. He can make the group laugh. Everybody's trusting him because he just has a very great mind for it. So I'm very impressed.
Heard that in the comms, right? I don't know if you guys heard all the listening and stuff. Yep. It's like quite a commanding presence, which is good, but also like a calm tone, right? Firing up the boys when he needed to, saying the nice things when he needed to. And I think that's some of the stuff that goes overlooked. It's nice that he can be a native English speaker as a Brit, right? That does help a lot. But you can tell in the way that someone conducts themselves in those timeouts if they have the quality. And it seems like he has the quality, which is a great sign, right? In-game leaders, they're hard to come by, I think, at least quality ones these days. So you did get asked a question, though. There was, I swear, was it on the broadcast or was it on a HLTV? Was it you, Striker?
Probably. About
potential changes in the future? Was that a question? Did you ask him that, Striker?
Yeah.
They just had a good run, and you're saying, "Oh, well, what changes are happening?"
Yeah, I mean, obviously we cannot say anything yet, but as you all know, right? As we see with lauNx right now, right? The team is great, but if he wants to pursue anything else, right, or some big organization comes and says, here's the bag, come to us. I think not many players can say no, and that's always a thing now in the player break. Obviously, I cannot say anything in detail, but yeah, it could also happen to us.
Okay. I jumped a step ahead here, right? Just for people at home who maybe aren't too familiar with you, they should have known you from your time at Big as a coach. But in terms of getting involved with Monte, how long you been there? How did that all come together?
Yeah, so after basically I was in Big, I got out of there, and then I was, searching for a new home. And I think 8 months ago, I normally applied and basically came to the interview with Gizmy and the manager. So basically, what was very funny was that he had like questions prepared, right? Normally it's just some tell me about yourself, what did you do? But he was like, yeah, so in big on Ancient on T said you were pretty good. Why was that? Okay. And I was like, whoa, okay, an IGL interviewing the coach, to get join the team. I think that was really cool, really refreshing. I liked it a lot, and then they basically chose me, kind of. So he was also a big part in choosing me, and yeah, from there on it went wild, right? Like I didn't know what to expect. I obviously know the names, right? Afro, Boomers, bigger names, also Azuvu in SAW. And I didn't know if there were like onliners or not, because that was also a big question, right? So I was like, okay, online it's going well, but now we go to the first LAN, and then suddenly like boom, we become second, and I'm like, okay, maybe you guys are legit, And there were, like all of us were super surprised, and from there on it was just for us just success till suddenly we find ourselves in stage 2 of the major.
Yeah, sick. Jump in, boys, wherever you want to.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to just ask, because you got an analyst helping you for this tournament, or how did that go? Because like obviously Gizmy is also in school at the same time, so prep and doing all of these things.
Hey, he's at university.
It's university. Yeah.
Let's not call it school. It sounds like he's going Monday to Friday by government
kindergarten,
mandate.
Obviously, learning the numbers and the colors and everything. But that obviously must have helped a lot for the major.
So we didn't have an analyst for the major, and I requested Monte to get one, because I think the structure with having a coach and not even an analyst, but I'd really like to have an assistant coach that basically helps, because I'm a big fan of, if your team is just solid overall, I think you can, beat everybody, because sometimes prep can, fall a little bit off. Maybe you don't have time. You have like morning games. Suddenly the major decides that you play at 22 and then at 9 in the morning, right? That can also happen as we all know. So, but yeah, for this tournament, it was the Physico. He was the ex-analyst of ENTS, and he worked there with Glaive. He worked also with Kuben, so we already...
The Italian guy.
The Italian guy,
The only Italian man in the scene, really. Yeah, okay.
So yeah, I think he's like hilarious, right? He posts always like drip pictures of him.
Yeah.
It's like nice fashion, so shout out to him. But yeah, I just saw him, we made an open application for everybody to, sign in the name, and he obviously came up. And yeah, he helped, I think, a lot. So Gizmy was very happy with his work. So I think he did a very great job and helped us.
I wanted to ask you about, you were saying that Gizmy was the one interviewing you. Usually it's kind of like the big management comes and like gets the coach or something like that. How does that affect the dynamic between you guys? Obviously, and the authority levels between you guys.
So basically, after I joined, I established that, right? Like we discussed this, and we also, when I then got picked off, the management, saw me and they said, you have the experience. We also want you to help, guide the project a little bit. What should we do? Should we, make the boot camps? How should we handle a little bit the players? So they also asked me what I think about, managing the whole project, and then basically naturally, if the players see that what you're saying makes sense, right? And you also have like a more commanding presence, then anyways it falls towards you, right? So after this, I do like where it's not too much, I am the one, and if I say something, it's like it is the law, right? I do like that we are like so close together, and I also value the opinions of the player, and I like that way. But it was also good that in the end I made clear that I have the last word. So if two players were like fighting over something, that I am the one that makes a decision. But I do think, if the IGL has this kind of presence where, people that are in the game on the server, right? Because when you play, I can maybe help in the timeouts, but they still need to trust him a lot, right? So a lot of times when obviously there is an argument, I take his side, right? Just to, don't make the structure fall apart, even though maybe I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's a little bit wrong, but if I see that in the grand picture, it's okay to give him, the support to win the argument, then I do it.
Okay.
That's a really, really interesting point. But I also think what you're saying is something we see with Spirit now. You need the player in the server to have his own belief, but the players to have belief in him, and for him to be able to call stuff. We saw how much Magic's evolved with all of these changes in the coaching situation, where Hallie wasn't there to be like, okay, this is my team, this is how we need to run everything, and they're playing better than ever. And this is not like, oh, Hallie's a bad coach or he's not doing anything, obviously. And Softic is helping, and Hallie's helping now remotely from home, right? But you need to have that element in the game, just like the feeling, to be a good IGL. So it's a good little bit of information there.
There were some of your timeouts that we got to listen into, right? And some of the ones that I really enjoyed were where you were, maybe there was like half-time tidbits as well, but you were bringing the guys back and reminding them of the moment, and it's the major and stuff. And I thought, especially for like young men, right, who are very passionate, because we had that one listener as well where Rainmaker was a little bit heated, but you're bringing them back to that and reminding them of that. It feels like that's a very powerful thing to do, because like when you're in the game, you can get taken away with it. But you were just like, for people, they might go, oh, well, he's not really doing anything. But the power of the mental, right? Reminding them that this is the major and this is what it's all about and this is where they want to be, instead of getting lost in the moment. Like, I thought they were really powerful. Is that the big thing you trying to do? Is that just special for the major, right?
No, like we worked a lot on this, because you know, it's like it's a little bit of a disease for the newer generation, right? They get like very fast tilt, you know, something. Like I had a lot of players where, you know, something, you know, small goes wrong and suddenly it's like, yeah, you know, I'm ready to, you know, let everything go and just like be mad about it, and, you know, don't talk for like five or six rounds, or maybe, you know.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually crazy. Like I think this part is like very overlooked. So.
So you think in this team this happened as well, or just in the past?
And I mean, in this team it also happened, right? Like we saw the Rainmaker one, right? And also you probably all see in the camera that he's a guy that, you know, expresses his, you know, discomfort about the round. You know, he's a lot of this. You know, he has like push to talk, and it's funny sometimes when he forgets to push to talk, you hear him like flaming. And
shit!
And then we're like, right, we can hear you. It's like, oh, okay. And then it's like, so, but. Obviously, this is also a part, and I think that, you know, not showing your emotions, it's also bad, because it's also what makes you sometimes the player you are, right? Like we all know the Nico desk slam and everything, and, you know, the whole community goes like, yeah, how is it possible in professional sports? But
I mean, Donk does this all the time as well. Like he's also one of those players. Yeah.
So I think it's like, it's also a part that, you know, it makes his character. It shows that he cares also. And I think it's also nice that you see that that he cares. But for overall, I worked a lot on this with the guys also, because I told him from the beginning that I also need to enjoy my time. And if I'm in a team where I just need to, you know, babysit and see, you know, don't be mad, you know, this is important, you know, that you don't talk for three rounds does nothing for you and not for me. And that's where basically from the beginning on I said that we always need to reset, we always need to be there for each other, and I want to be a team with character. I always told him I want to be a team with character, because this is super important for me, that we are a group that enjoys being together, because I'm with these kids for like 8 hours a day, then I go travel with them, and then when I need to, you know, see him that he's not enjoying it, then I'm not enjoying it. So I'm also doing this, you know, for them, but also for myself, and that's something that I was very, very strict also on the smaller LANs. Like obviously you guys can check out the Monte vlog, where sometimes I say these type of things, right? We are like third map and I go out and I start screaming at them like, what the fuck is happening? Like, why are we not in the moment right now? Like, why are you, you know, don't want to reset and, you know, go into the next, you know, game and have a normal voice? Because sometimes they have these, you know, voices where like, yeah, like to be.
Yeah,
you know,
no energy.
Like, and then they're like, yeah, but I'm calling. Yeah, but this is not the type of calling you're doing when you're happy, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so we worked a lot of this, and I'm, you know, now that I have this experience, I just say it in the moment. Like, I don't really mind if we're like in the game or in between, or like in between maps. I just say it, and then if they take it, I'm happy, and if not, then at least I tried.
Yeah, okay, nice. Well, what we're going to do tonight, if you're happy to help us, we're going to walk through some of the major storylines. We're going to get into the prediction for the bracket, so we'll be able to dive into more Monte topics as we go, because some of the names in the playoffs are teams that you were playing against, right? So Prof's also prepared something for you, in a way, I suppose.
The comments? Is that where we're at?
I thought you had... Oh, you want to go here?
No.
No, you prepared this.
Okay,
I thought you prepared some moments for him to reflect upon.
Yeah, we have Lucas. If he can bring on. Can Lucas bring a thing on?
He's bringing it on now.
Just some of your moments from this major.
While he's doing that, let me just check with it. Can everyone can hear us? Everything's good.
Okay.
All right, good. Everything's good. All right, check. Okay, here we go.
I'm curious.
There are some of the pictures that I was on your profile today, and I was like,
Do you get warned for this one?
No, not anymore. Like these ones are like okay.
Okay, so as long as they're not looking at you while you're doing that, that's
Yeah.
fine though.
Yeah, like the small hand movements were like they didn't say anything afterwards. So
yeah. I mean, there's a few more. There's this one.
yeah, you took this on the HLTV interview, and my friends are like, "Why are they taking this picture?" Like, I don't know. Man.
There's another one. I think. Yeah, I feel like it was a stressful event for you, especially with not
You could have
being.
had some happy photos of him.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Don't exist.
We don't have that right now. But it must have been hard not being able to like do anything, celebrate. You said you got warned a few times. Didn't get banned, unlike some other coaches.
Yeah.
How's that? How's that experience?
Yeah, like very bad, right? In the second game against G2, I was like cheering a lot, and my hands were like all over the place. And afterwards, they came to me and they said, basically I'm not allowed, to show basically emotions, like no clapping, no like screaming, no yes. Basically, I need to sit there, and obviously it's very stressful, and I don't like it, right? It's like I think Counter-Strike goes with me with emotions. It was always like that, right? Like. Back in the days, even now, you stand up, you Kerrigan can scream all the time at me, and I just need to like look at, and I just need to like look at him. But yeah, it was not so nice, and yeah, like the moments are obviously, like when you're very close and you could have won, that's where it hurts the most, right? If it would have been like a blowout 2-0, we played maybe horrible on the day. I was like, okay, I could probably like brush it off, but I think the losses were like super close. And yeah, then these pictures are coming up.
Just a question. So, because you stage 2 to stage 3, if you get warnings in stage 2, do they carry through to stage 3?
Yeah, like Stucco after the interview, right, when he came to me and says, you should ask if they carry over to the next stage. And then I came to the admin and he was like, yes, 100%. Thank you.
Really?
Like whatever you do, we're gonna throw you out of the tournament.
But that seems kind of unfair though, right? Because people are coming in for like stage 2 who went there for stage 1, and they should reset from stage to stage.
Yeah.
Some would say.
Or we should just get rid of the rule in the first
place. The idea
place.
is for them to not do it. So if you've been doing it, you've been warned.
Yeah, but game the system.
Yeah.
You bend all the rules to your advantage, right?
Yeah, like I like to do that. Like Miho, like the head admin of ESL, is already very mad at me.
Oh yeah?
yeah. Because when I was in OG, I had like a stand-in coach for ruggah in Rio. I had to be behind the team, and there it also happened that basically a player was like talking with like a strat, and then he looked at me and waited for me to like say yes or no, right? And then I said like yes, and then after this also Miho was like, you cannot do that, you were gonna throw out. So I have history with him, but he's a nice guy. I think it's good that he's that strict, because this is what I expect from an admin. I don't like if an admin is like, yeah, let me see what I can do and blah, blah. Like I like it, if this is the rules, then we all should apply it. And if somebody, abuses the rules, should be bad. So, yeah.
I was talking to Major yesterday when we were doing the round table stuff, and Major said he got Faber in trouble because he turned around and looked at him after a timeout had just ended, and then it got him a warning, right? And Faber didn't even do anything. He's like, "Come on, man!"
Yeah.
So yeah, what do you guys think about the coach rule? Do you think that Valve should be more lenient?
Ooh,
Okay.
there is.
See,
There's a maybe here.
Like I get it, you want to maybe like focus on your IGL, see how they can actually kind of react to situations.
Okay. So for the people at home, he's saying that it puts more emphasis on the IGL. See, my thought of this rule just stems back to the coach bug, right?
Yeah,
that's where this stems for me.
Yeah.
And I think that Valve's, what's good for the goose is good for the gander in this sense, in the negative way, right? If one person's fucked it up, right? Well, everyone's going to unfortunately have to suffer. So the coaches, I know it was online. But it's maybe 10 years.
Valve hates the coaches.
How
anyway,
long did it take until they unbanned Steel?
It was 10 years.
It was 10 years.
So 10 years. Maybe we'll revisit it. How long is this?
Like 5 now.
Okay, so only 5 more.
6.
That's all right. Just 5 years. That should be all right. Okay, but yeah, that's one of the tougher things, right? Is the coaching rule for sure. So that's yeah. Okay. Do we want to jump forward now?
Yeah. What's next?
Okay, so what do we want to do?
I don't know if you have any questions, or do you want to do questions for him at some point?
I think we do them as we go.
Yeah.
Because things are going to pop up. We're going to talk about Falcons.
If people have questions, they can raise their hands. Maybe we.
Sure. Does anyone have a question for kakafu?
Not right now. Good.
Okay. All right. Well, this is like a nice class, like we're giving a lecture.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I want to do right now is use the audience to measure excitement of storylines that have happened so far. We're not going to be so focused on playoff stuff. There'll be a couple, but it's mainly going to be things that have happened throughout, and we'll get you guys to feel. So we have a thermometer, and I have 10 stories. And depending on how hot of that story, right, how big of a story you think it is, if it's a good story, bad story, whatever, the higher we'll place it. So we're going to move these stories up and down. Are you going to do it on the tablet?
Yeah, I can do it on the tablet.
Okay, all right.
Or I'll be playing Fruit Ninja. You
Well,
actually don't know.
You can start. All right. So are you able to bring up the thermometer, please, Lucas? Or the thermostat? Is it a thermometer or a thermostat?
I think it's both.
Well, either way, you guys get the picture. And Prof did ensure me that he was going to have someone make this look a whole lot prettier. That didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
It looks great. I don't know what you're talking
The
about.
other slide I did looks much better. This one is very bland. Okay, so we can see the 10 stories. Let's start with the top one at the top. Okay, so the Donk show. I wonder what that's about. His insane performance so far. We can talk about these two, everybody here. But so Donk's performance so far, right? Prof, I don't know how you're going to do this.
Right.
Where do you guys think we should place this? Start in the middle, Prof, and we'll see if they want to go up or down. We'll go higher or lower. Do you think you can do it?
Okay, is it in the middle?
It's in the middle now. Okay, what do we reckon? Higher or lower? Donk's performance so far. Lower? We got higher over here. There's a lot of fingers going higher. Okay, higher. Higher than that? No? Happy with that? Okay.
Okay.
It's just Donk. Okay.
It's just expectation at this point. He's not beating any other.
But Striker, you're our stats Andy around these parts. How do you feel about Donk's performance so far?
Well, if you asked me after stage 2, we would have had a different conversation. I think since then he's gone back to like his norm, which is obviously still crazy, but at least it's not like record-breaking shit.
So how do you feel about that placement there?
I think this is pretty good.
Because that's how we're going to gauge everything going forward from now on,
Okay.
right? So we're measuring things by where we felt with the Donk show. Okay, what about NAVI's elimination? Higher or lower than the Donk? Lower? Okay, there's lower than the Donk show.
I feel, yeah, for me, this is a huge.
Do you guys not think this is a big upset?
No.
We might have some NAVI haters in the room.
No one believes in NAVI.
Okay. Kakafu, what do you think about NAVI's elimination? Is that shocking to you?
No.
I
don't think so. I mean, I think they could easily lose against any of the teams. So I'm like, I think them making 2-3 or 3-2 would be like okay both ways.
Okay.
That's why I'm also not very excited about that.
Okay.
Is
all right.
everyone's expecting changes in NAVI?
Well, that's the next one. Don't ruin it, all right?
okay.
That's the next conversation. Okay, so the NAVI, but they lost to G2. It was a banger of a game, right? We were talking about roster changes. We'll save that. That's probably the headline there, isn't it?
I think it's more about the fashion in which they lost than that they lost to these two teams, So because that was always possible.
Well, they were up 11-6 on map 3 on Anubis versus Falcons.
Yeah.
But it is CT side Anubis. That's not
but
easy.
It was, I don't know. But after that, the G2 game also, like,
honestly, a lot
lost.
of basic mistakes. That's, I think, the craziest thing. For a Blade team, I feel like they played some dog shit CS.
Wow.
Like
I think
3v5, 4v5.
But wasn't the outliner that Makaze was not, posting the numbers that they normally have? Because I think Makaze is like the big thing for them, right? Like how he performed and how he plays and how, fearless he comes into the game and what type of like role he got from NAVI. I think that's like for me the big outliner, because the question was, can he maintain this? Because I think he was a big part, and I think in this tournament he didn't, and then you can see that everything was like going down for sure.
Makaze back to foot.
That would be crazy good.
People are talking about the Makaze and LauNx swap a lot after the LauNx rumor came out.
Should we save the roster
We
talk?
can
By
say that,
people, you mean?
Just in general, like I saw a lot of comments. I saw a lot of
Yeah,
comments.
yeah,
I saw a lot of comments.
All right, big 0-12 comeback, 16 rounds in a row.
Big.
Okay, we got mixed here. I guess the Germans are going to really do a lot with this one. Higher than that, or are we going to keep it on the screen? A little bit down, all right.
A little bit down. There we are.
Okay, now this in itself.
This is record-breaking shit. That's got to be up there.
Well, yeah, that's fair, right? 16 consecutive rounds to close a map is insane, especially in MR12. I don't know how, well, I guess we know how NRG feel. Bro is no longer part of the team. But this, to witness it, it didn't feel real, right? Because if you take it from NRG's perspective, of course you're going to win one round. Of just one round, just 5 kills, that's all we need. It was baffling to see. I unfortunately didn't really play into a big fairy tale storyline at the major, though. It's their highlight at the major,
I mean, they
guess.
were still competitive in the second stage after that. I think they had a good chance to go to stage 3, really.
Were they a 2-2 team? They were a 2-2 team.
2-2, yeah. They lost. Who did they lose to in the 2-2?
Yeah.
No, not in 2-2.
No, you
they
beat
lost
them on
the first game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Was it Overpass you played them on?
No, it was Mirage, where I forgot to veto the sides, and we started T-side.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, and then the same thing happened to Pain. But they objected. I think they said it was the internet's fault.
But is this happening because it's not usually that you pick a side in a best of one, or like what?
No, I mean, I don't know how it happened. It happened the first time for me, but normally in the, you know, because from tournament to tournament it's different, right? Normally you go to the admins, right? They do it for you, right?
Yeah.
But ESL has this like veto thing, and I don't know, I was like, as it seems, so excited that I just started to talk, you know, I put the map and put it away, and then I talked to Gizmy, and then I forgot to veto, so I don't know what happened, but yeah.
Well, look, you still won that game. So, you know, it all worked out.
Everything
The
is
wash
fine.
right there. It all worked out.
Everything planned.
But what do we say about this comeback here, Striker? Because I've done an episode of Confirmed since then, and the boys did one, not Confirmed, of Talking Counter, and
the other one.
They did, the other one. And there was also one they did without me when I was sick. Oh, I forgot to start the show with that. Was anyone at the pub quiz? Okay, couple people. There was a guy online who was really upset that I said that I was sick.
Yeah.
Right? He said, you know, people pay money to come and see you. Don't be a pussy. And I was like, man, it's been 10 years and I haven't missed a day of casting or anything. And I was fucked. Like, I don't know if people heard me casting during stage 2. I sounded terrible. I was giving it my best go. So anyone who came to the pub quiz over here, I'm very sorry I wasn't there. I really wanted to be there, but unfortunately I was unable to be there. So I had to sleep for 15 hours and try and get rid of the shit in the system. But anyway, apology accepted?
There we go.
Or unaccepted. Either way. Let's what were we talking about? Oh, the
Comeback.
the 0-12. What I'm getting to here is people are like, oh, talk about it. It's like, what is there to talk about? It was historic.
It happened.
That's it.
It
Like,
happened.
we all
It
saw
happened.
it, right? That's it. That's the conversation.
I just remember I was watching this like with just a guy I just sometimes play games with, and he's like getting back into Counter-Strike, and he's like, he's American, and he's like, oh, energy, yes, and like, you know, they're making the comeback. I'm like, yeah, they're not going to come back.
There's
Like,
no
it's just not
way.
going to happen. And dude is just getting progressively more stressed that it's coming back. So
But it's one
that
of
was
the,
my
it's-
experience of it.
I guess because for me it's more from the NRG perspective than it is from the big perspective, right? They wanted to stay believing the whole time, right? Then that makes sense. But from the NRG perspective, maybe in the first 5 rounds, you don't take every situation as seriously as what you need to.
Yeah.
And then after the next like 3 rounds on top of that, so you're 8 deep, now you're fucking petrified.
You're stressed.
And now you're regretting the choices you made a couple of rounds earlier where you overpeaked or you bought when you shouldn't, or you know went for a play that you shouldn't have that you normally wouldn't. And then at that point, your mind is just, it's cloudy, it's over. Right?
Did you see the clip of Nitro after that, what he said?
Oh, yeah, maybe I'm the problem.
Maybe I'm the problem after all. So I was just kind of like, what is that about exactly? Like, what does that mean?
Well, he wasn't with them in Budapest, right?
You probably meant the liquid choke against the Brazilians, right?
Yeah, okay.
Because it was, you know, he made the jump shot and it was against Nitro.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, okay. Well, yeah.
And I think there was
Maybe
a second one too,
that was
I think.
interesting.
Yeah, what?
I mean, both of those maps they had a lead. Cash, they
Yeah.
also had a huge lead. Liquid against this.
I don't know how you get back on the horse after.
Luminosity.
I think that's the main thing. How do you get back on the horse after that if you're NRG? It's pretty tough.
Rough.
Yeah.
Just set and forget.
Okay, legacy coach, Bard. Is this hot? I mean, do people really care about this? Up or down? No. Below the donk bar? Okay, below NAVI. How far towards the bottom?
It's cold. Good.
Some people think up a little bit.
Maybe
Well, we've never had a coach get banned mid-tournament before.
Okay.
I'm not sure about majors, but we have had it happen before.
We had Hunden get banned a day after winning Cologne online.
That was funny.
I saw Ian today.
Yes.
Mr. Esic.
From the Esic
Yeah,
guy.
yeah,
Okay,
saw him today briefly. Okay. Well, that one's not really that hot. All right.
Okay, we can move on.
Have people been watching the skits?
Yes.
Yeah? Have we been enjoying the skits? Because this one here is because Frank, who does them at ESL, I think he's been on a generational run right now. There'll be more of these coming throughout the playoffs as well. I think there'll be a skit every single day.
Whoa.
So there was a skit every day of sorry? Okay.
They don't
All right.
affect the storyline
That's
of the
see that
major.
right
Yeah.
there. It's okay.
So it's in the middle now. Should we go up or down? Yeah.
It's a mixed bag.
They were pretty good. It was enjoying watching them with a live audience and then they finished and people clap. I just felt like.
Oh, were they doing it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like
Alright.
the Falcons one, I think that was the one that they clapped for, right? I think.
The one they
stealing.
were like, they were getting frozen from jail
Yes.
and that down.
Well, that could affect the
It felt
storyline
like a
of the
little
major.
movie festival, you know, a little short movie.
A little
more
2-minute,
so
little
than
2-minute.
Yeah.
Okay. What about 9Z's Cinderella run? How do we feel about that?
Oh, people like it.
Okay. People like 9Z fucking the bracket? Really? Okay. All right.
I'm putting it here with a donk, or should we go higher than this?
Higher.
Everybody says
Okay,
higher.
this side of the room thinks so as well.
People love Argentina, it seems like.
Okay, but below the big comeback? Below the big comeback. Oh, people think above.
Above.
People are saying above big.
All the way to the top.
Damn.
I don't know. I personally wasn't too surprised to see them do well. Like I watched them in Astana. They got to the playoffs, then they choked a bit in the playoffs.
Yeah, but beating Vitality.
Beating Vitality.
And
But they
almost
always
beating
beat Vitality.
Spirit.
They've been beating Vitality for 5 years.
Yeah, come on.
With completely different lineups.
Come on now.
They even, do you remember the game? What was that? That was like end of online era, like RPK's last tournament or whatever.
They retired RPK.
They retired them. Retired them instantly.
Yeah.
Like first game in the blast, whatever it was. Like not bounty, but kind of a bounty.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, my memory's not that good, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're going to talk more about 9Z later because we're going to do the whole bracket and everything like that, so we can get to them.
I guess this one is kind of
This one is also the same. Vitality Immortal. Do we have Vitality haters here? All right. Do we have people who think Vitality have made Counter-Strike boring over the last year? People here. Same people. Okay. Where do we put Vitality Immortal then?
I think it's great.
That's
Okay.
great. Above the donk
Makes
show,
things interesting.
I feel like somewhere here is like a good starting point. So like above the donk show,
W storyline.
W storyline. Yes,
W
sir.
storyline.
I think history's going to repeat itself because if you look back at Astralis right before the Berlin Major, they weren't really as hot as they were, in 2018 or early 2019.
It's true.
And they go to the playoffs and they absolutely floor it.
So who's the avant-garde?
I unfortunately think Vitality are just going to floor it.
Okay.
So it's going to be like 9Z making the run to the final
Yeah,
or
9Z
something. and
versus
then-
Vitality
So
grand
just to
final.
repeat, because people probably listening at home didn't say, but the gentleman in the front said that their history will repeat itself.
From
And
2019.
From 2019, that would have been Astralis is like third, right, with that core.
Yep.
Not with the core, but with those 5 players. So Vitality kind of going to do the same, looking bad, but then winning in the end.
Okay, all right, we'll see on that one. This is a fan favorite for me. Aussies fucked your pick'ems. Did anyone get their pick? See, the people from that part of the world are here, and they're out in force. So we might be, but in terms of a general storyline, it's not a big one.
particularly.
It happens every time.
Yeah.
No surprise. Tweets like fuck all. Like it's always the same tweet moments, isn't it?
Yeah, well, look, we're not original, but we're doing the same thing, right?
Yeah.
So,
New script needed, people say.
yeah, well, if other teams would try a little bit harder, I don't know where this can't be too high, Prof. This was
Can't
only
be,
in here for
can't
me.
be.
I'm struggling with the thing.
That's all right. You're doing your best, and that's
Put
all
it-
you can
I
do.
would put it at the bottom, but I don't know.
Now, Kakafu, Mr. Jabich, is he the best coach going around?
I think it's funny, but not my type of humor. I think all the hype is
Yeah,
like
we might have aged out of that type of humor.
Yeah.
Prof's into it, though. He loves that shit.
It's the frog. The frog is
It's
great.
a toad, I believe.
It's so stupid. It's great.
What do you guys think about Jabich?
good.
These guys aren't impressed. These guys don't give a fuck about the toad.
I have to correct you. It's Jabich.
Ah, fuck off. Okay, where are we putting the frog?
I feel like frog needs to go somewhere up here. It's like top.
That's higher or lower?
Whoa.
Higher.
I think that's
about right.
It's good.
That's,
Okay.
that's about
Okay.
right.
When we finish, we're for the audio-only listeners, audio-only watchers,
Audio-only.
and also
Well, this isn't an episode for them.
And for subtitle readers, we'll give the top 10 in order.
This one's quite gutting to everybody from North America, I suppose. No North American teams in the top 16. That's a surprise. Down? Okay.
Everybody's showing down.
But-
very, very
Okay.
far down.
Is that because we don't like North America? Or is that... Wow. Okay.
Even the Americans are like, yeah, we don't.
We suck. It makes sense.
Oh,
at
dear.
least 20% I feel like of the attendance is Americans.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They lose a major spot next major. The Americans.
Yes.
yeah, one less major spot
less,
for,
yeah.
for America.
But they have one more spot in stage 3. Like they haven't, they have
So
one
they
of
have
one of their
two making
spots
playoffs,
is
right?
now
So-
for stage
Yeah,
3.
yeah. Sure.
Because
So-
9Z and Fury are in the playoffs.
Yeah, so we'll see how that's going to age.
Yeah.
Unless 9Z can
one
keep up the
less-
form pretty
But
poorly.
it's probably not good for NA anyway, because neither of them are going to be NA.
Well, you never know. You don't know what could happen by that point. Okay. Well, it is tough to see
Okay,
North
so
America struggling.
this is the order of the hottest topics of the major. 9Z Cinderella run, number 1.
Yep.
Big 0-12 comeback, number 2. Jabich, the GOAT.
I think I missed a B.
This is that's number 3. This is a question for you guys. If Spirit win the major, should he get the trophy on his profile? Kakafu wants to kill himself.
Well, you can't give it to Hallie.
The fucking frog takes the spot out of all the majors. Like, what do you want to expect me to do? Like, what the fuck?
You know, he's technically not on the roster, you know, so.
Oh yeah, so the sticklers for the rules. I'm sure Valve will shoot that one down.
Yeah.
But you can't give it to Hallie.
No, he can't. I mean,
Hallie's not here.
He's not here, yeah.
So if they do win it, we'll go to the frog.
Either Frog or no one, so.
Ah, fucking frog. Do you know what's going to be hilarious? What's going to happen at the awards next year?
Yeah.
Can the frog win?
Oh god, that will be a
Can
whole
the
thing.
frog win?
No, please. You will make a theme out of this, and they will come there, and oh my god.
He's gonna lose his job to like a plushy giraffe or something in the future, bro. LauNx, they call him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, you got the answer.
Yeah.
You happy with this? Oh, you didn't finish yet. Where were you
so
at?
number 3 is Jabich.
Yep.
And then Vitality or Mortal, the Donk Show, NAVI elimination, generational skits, Aussie, fuck your pick'ems. Like, yeah, as people said, it just happens every time.
Yep.
Legacy coach Bard and no NA in top 16.
Feels like it's been a long time coming with the NA stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Look at this, mate. He's out here grading papers.
One up.
We can
I guess, I mean, technically, it wasn't MOUZ is a NA player, so.
Yeah, but he didn't make it to top 16.
Top 16, yeah, G2.
No, he's in Liquid.
Oh, no, fuck. Never mind.
That's all right. It's fine.
Moving on.
We'll let you have
Moving
it.
on.
Okay. I don't want to do an episode of how we fix North American Counter-Strike, so let's not talk about that now. Let's get into something that everybody loves, and this is one of Striker's favorite things, and Kakafu can tell us is what he's heard. Roster changes, right? Because now we're going to talk about the fallout of the major so far. The LauNx situation was just being discussed. Striker, what do you know about that?
Yeah, I mean, he's effectively like looking for options outside of foot. From what I know, it's not like he's decided like he will leave. He's just like looking what's out there and seeing if he can improve his situation, basically.
Yeah, but that's like with your partner and you're saying, I want to see other people, and then you can't find other people and you go, well, I guess you'll do.
Yeah, at this point, you know, when the teammates know that you're looking out there, maybe it's not gonna feel good for them if then he comes back for the season, you know.
But it's so surprising, Kaka, for the day after they get eliminated, he's looking.
It's not from the day after. I mean, this is
What is
something
the
that
day after?
No, even we in the report, it was clear that he's made this clear to the team already before Cologne. It had nothing to do with Cologne, the result or anything like that. He already said to the team before Cologne that he wants to look out there for other options.
That doesn't set the mood in a good place. If one of your players told you that they wanted to leave just before the major, would that sour the mood?
I think so, yeah. But I mean, the thing is, the contracts are normally always going till, you know, the major. So I think it's very natural, like it's becoming very natural that this probably will happen, right? That the player already says before, you know, guys, we need to be professional, but I need to, you know, wager my options. So yeah, I think it's kind of normal, but yeah, the mood will, like there is always some percentages where the mood is not as high, right? Because you obviously want to do it with your team.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it all depends of how professional the team itself looks at it, right? How much of mercenary they are themselves, right? But yeah, I think it happens.
I mean, the question also is whether who he told in the team, right? Like it could have just been a conversation with the organization, right? Not the actual team, so that, you know, it doesn't endanger the run at the major. You know, they were still doing okay. They were really close to playoffs, right? So it's not like it affected them loads, at least. And towards the end, it was more the pressure of qualification that it definitely played a part, rather than, you know, something happening behind the scenes.
Okay. Well, that's just one of the few roster changes. Obviously, I discussed the NRG thing momentarily, but that's not a huge one. But Bro is being benched over there. I'm not sure what else the fallout's going to be. PARIVISION today, belChanoq got benched, and Hobbit is standing in.
Now, I think that's actually like long term.
They said standing in for XSE.
They said standing in, but then they said also both for short term and long term. So I feel like he's actually going to stay past this too.
Okay.
We were trying to get like an answer on that. We haven't been able to yet. So we'll see.
But they pulled the trigger on that pretty quick.
Yeah. I mean, we knew that was coming. I mean, come on. Like we've
But wasn't it more like a Nota or a Ziello situation?
I think it's going to be Nota as well. I think it's going to be 2 changes.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah,
do you have
I think
any,
Overdrive even said this. I don't know who they can get.
Okay.
There's some obvious ones like Flit.
Flit
could be a big one.
Flit is 100% on the
What
wish
is this,
list.
a reunion tour?
Yeah, a little bit.
Just bring back in some of the old names.
Flit is really good still, I think.
Yeah?
Wouldn't you say?
Well, that's the thing. We haven't really
haven't
seen him
seen
play
him
in a
for a
while,
while.
right?
What do you think, Kakafu?
Flit is good. I think one thing that made VP really good was the Flit Fame Jame combo, and I think Fame gets not as much praise as he should be. I think he was very solid in the run. Like I think everybody that was looking at Fame, I think both of them. But Flit needs a lot of space. Like he was the absolute star in the team, and everybody played around him. So I think that's something they need to consider. But yeah, I think Flit is for sure one of the names I would go to. But yeah, I think the Fame one. I mean now he's in K27, and I think they're doing good. But yeah, I think Fame could also be on the list.
Is Flit still benched at VP?
Yeah, he's still under contract.
So that's not going to be easy.
Yeah, they've not been very good at letting their players go. I think FaZe is also still loaned, right? So who knows what kind of price they're asking for him? Especially after this major run. They have not been the keenest organization to let their players go just for nothing.
Well, that's when they are paying so much for some players, right?
Yeah. I think FaZe was played. And what I heard was an insane amount. But also, I was talking to you previously, privately. I'm not going to disclose all the numbers, but just every buyout is just insane, in my opinion. Like, almost every buyout is just so much money for these, like, even tier 2, tier 3 players, the amounts, like the hundreds of thousands that need to be put out to buy anyone. And then FaZe was, like, kind of on a trajectory to be, like, one of the next stars, I would say, in CIS. So I think from what I heard, they paid a lot, and they want to get a lot of that back.
Yeah, it's not actually helping Flamus's case doing well at the major, is it?
That's it is, but it isn't at the same time.
Because people don't have the money at the moment. That's the big issue. There's just the money's not there for these things. So we'll see what happens.
I also heard that the price has just steadily gone up as Flamus has improved at the major. So it's just
makes sense.
It's tough.
It makes sense.
Tough.
All right, well, we have another slide. Do we want to do that on the laptop or on the tablet?
What are we doing?
The roster change one, and we can see what the people think if these teams are going to make roster change, and then we'll ask Striker and Kakafu what they know, because I know nothing. I haven't spoken to anybody. I've been keeping to myself, trying not to get anyone sick.
So the Cologne fallout.
I see people blaming me for the players getting sick. I didn't go near any of those guys. I stayed away. I did the right thing. Every time someone came near me in the lobby, actually, you would have noticed. Yeah, I was like, stay the fuck away from me. I am contaminated, right?
The first time you said it to me, it was like, I heard you stay the fuck away from me. And I'm like, what is happening now? I was a little confused.
I was trying not to get in lifts with players and stuff like that. Okay, so this one right here, it needs a little bit of explaining here, everybody. So essentially, the logo's on screen. Well, you put Monte on screen? I didn't do that.
I added it, yeah.
I kept it pretty dry. Okay, so the logos of some of the teams here. Now, we've got the two icons in the middle. One is the green shield. That means they're safe. That means we don't think they're going to make a roster change. The other, well, that's the nuclear symbol. And that means they're fucked. Or that they're going to make changes. Both could be true at the same time. So let's start with...
we can start top
Well, we
left.
already know we got Foot and... Who?
What was that?
Liquid.
Nuke Liquid. Just straight nuke them.
We can maybe increase the size based on like how...
Just replace the logo. Or just replace the logo with the nuke.
But if they... Look, I think... Poor Liquid. In terms of roster changes, Striker, what have you heard?
I think there's 100% changes going there.
100%?
Yeah.
From like coaching or players or...
I think player side. Yeah.
Okay.
At least one.
At least one. All right. What do you know?
I don't know for sure.
Orpa?
If we will say something, we'll report it. Maybe both. I don't know.
Maybe both.
You just said one.
I said at least one.
This is the problem. When Striker hears rumors, or not even rumors, when he hears murmurs, he keeps them to himself. When I hear them, I say them, and then Turkish fans get mad at me because I say they're going international. But
talking about that.
But that is happening.
That is. Oh, now here we go. Aurora. Yeah.
Going international.
So it's not just me saying
It's not just you.
Yeah. But people don't believe it still.
No. But it is happening. I don't think it's 100% like what the actual lineup is, but there's going to be changes.
I mean, the Ash thing is 100%.
Yeah.
Say it for the people in the back.
Ash is going to be coaching Aurora, 100%.
What if they win the major?
He will be coaching Aurora.
Yeah?
Yeah, 100%.
So you don't think that they can put the genie back in the bottle? You think it's done?
I think it's signed. I think it's.
This is you guys putting headlines out there before their major quarterfinal. Why do you guys hate Turkish Counter-Strike? Answer for yourselves now.
it's not
It's a
even
headline that's been out there for like 2 months now.
Don't know who did that. Okay.
But I don't know.
I
yeah.
said it like 2 months ago on the podcast.
Let's do this. If you were coaching Aurora and you had to keep 3 players of the team right now to keep the VRS, which 3 are you keeping?
I mean, the thing is, right? From the history of Eternal Fire, they always kick Major, then they get worse, right? They get Major back, they get better. So I do like the Voxic Xantares Major combo. I think this is what they need. But Vicadia is doing so good that now they have the problem, right? Because from the outside, I would always keep these 3, but now Vicadia is doing like super good, right? So.
But Xantares can't buy a good playoffs game for his life. Like it's.
What if he does better tomorrow? Oh,
Xantares has to go. Wow.
Oh dear.
I mean, that's a tough one, yeah. I mean, very hard to say.
What's the hardest role to get a player for, do you think, at the moment? AWP in-game leader, star rifler.
I feel like if you were signed by Aurora, the player you would get is Gizmy.
Yeah, probably. I think obviously IGS are always the hardest. I think they, because they matter, in my opinion, they matter so much. Even though CS2 became such a star player game, because all the Falcon things, with Nico could maybe take over and stuff. But I do think IGS are like hard to come by, that you like, right? That you just not try it and then see, and then they get discarded. But hard question. But probably I would probably maybe even keep Xantares, Vicadia, Major, right? And then maybe the others.
So you can get as an AWPer, yeah?
Yeah.
I think that the only problem with the Major Xantares Woxic trio is it's an old trio, right? They're a pretty old core in general. They're all, like, Major's 34?
Somewhere
Or
up there.
35?
He's up there like among the 3 oldest.
Xantares
players who
is
have been
30
playing.
now.
Yeah.
How old's Woxic?
He's like 27, I think now. 26.
Is that it?
I think he
There's
might be
no
26,
way.
77.
He's just been around.
But that's
forever.
weird.
He's been around for a long time, is the thing.
But why
27.
not? But why not make Major then the coach?
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, we know that's not happening, so.
But you guys,
We know Ash is joining.
You haven't reported on it.
We've said it for, I don't know how long. People have said it for a long time.
That's fine. The more times you say it, the more times it'll be less associated with me. That's great. Okay. What else you put on here? Why did you put Simple on the board?
I mean,
Because
what is that team? It's literally 2 guys.
They
So
have 3 guys.
It's the simple team.
well, Senzu's still known still, so he's not even signed.
The only
so.
2 players they have that are like actually signed is Simple and Electronic.
It was interesting to see that the owner said that they asked Navi to buy Bit.
It's also I don't want
How
to
delusional can
name
you
this
get?
team. I don't even name this team, giving them promotion for their
I see.
Hello, we asked for a bit. Okay, so
Simple's team.
I asked, I don't know, Dua Lipa to go on a date. She didn't reply. It's like, who cares?
That's
it's not
okay.
really news.
Well, then why'd you put him on the screen then?
But I mean, they're obviously making changes, but like, what's going on?
But do we even care?
I don't know. It's up to you guys. Do we care? There we go.
Okay.
Look at that. Bam. Gone.
Great. All right, so I love reading the forums and making myself feel miserable. I read something on the forums today saying that Jimmy said on a stream, so this is someone saying that Jimmy said, so it's hearsay from the nth degree, that he has a team, but he can't say at the moment. Could Jimmy be joining FaZe?
He has a team. It's called MOUZ Sports.
Good one.
Yeah, this is probably something.
You got to be careful. Actually, it could be.
You might be
Imagine
lucky.
he's back on MOUZ.
But might also just be a joke. Who knows?
That's true.
Yeah.
I only read the headline. I didn't
Where
really.
could he be going if he's going somewhere?
Why not for FaZe? For Natsu.
Okay, like FaZe and FaZe. I mean, Jimmy
Or
and
even
Frozen.
for Jacob.
Jimmy and Frozen have played together before, but wait, have they?
Jimmy and Frozen?
No, they haven't. They haven't.
No.
You came in for him, right?
Ooh, yeah.
He might. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he came in for Frozen. So that will be some overlap for sure.
But FaZe, are they making changes? What have you heard?
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
I mean, we know Nature's was only there for the rest of the season anyway. I don't think he's going to stay past this. I think he was just there always to fill in the gap, and then that they would see what happened after that. I don't know for sure, but I think Jacob is out as well.
So keeping Brokey. Jeez, that guy's got more lives than a cat,
I think
doesn't he?
that's curious, right? Because when the Aurora rumors happened, there was a lot of talk about Woxic to FaZe right at that time, but I haven't heard anything about that for
Brokey
a long
can
time
rifle.
after that. Well, yeah,
Right? Like if we
maybe that's the plan.
want to go that direction. But,
Yeah. Should Brokey stay in FaZe?
Poor
It's a
Brokey.
universal no.
I think what is maybe more interesting to ask is, do you want Frozen and Twistzz to stay in FaZe?
That's a good question. It's a good question. Disband?
Disband?
But what if...
Frozen to Navi?
No, what about... why double down? Frozen and Twistzz to Navi.
Okay.
You have Bit, Wonderful, Makazi, Frozen, Twistzz. Twistzz in-game leads.
Ah. Okay.
And then Blade
there was a very mixed reaction over there.
I think people remember Twistzz in-game leading as bad. I
Yeah.
think that when you look at how Liquid have gone since, Twistzz in-game leading was not bad. Same as your Kinders. That was actually okay.
Yeah, they're definitely worse after.
Yeah. But I don't think FaZe would sell Frozen or Twistzz. It would be done.
But I
would be
mean, is
GG.
it? But were they worse because Twistzz left as the player he is, or because he stopped in-game leading? Because that's I think the biggest question. You know.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Look, in terms of those players, you really keep yourself quite tight-lipped about Frozen. But imagine.
I don't think he's moving.
So
I don't think he's going anywhere.
he is really in jail over
I
there.
think so. I don't know about jail. I think it's self-imposed, to be honest. If there is a jail, he's done it.
FaZe must have some money now, right? They sold Carrigan.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably for a decent amount of money because he just re-signed. So that would be some money to spend for players for sure. But then they didn't make it to the major, so that's also like, you know.
Okay. All right, we'll see what happens there. So NAVI, we're just talking about them. If it's not Frozen, do you guys think NAVI are going to make changes? Yeah? But it's hard over there. Who are you replacing?
Hey, man.
For who?
Yeah, if it's not Frozen, it's much tougher, right?
Yeah.
You could go with Jugs. That's a good one.
But Imme is not. But Imme is their like playmaker now, and Jugs is like full anchor.
Yeah, Jugs is an anchor.
I mean, you can
So is
rebuild
David.
it. You can rebuild it around it.
Yeah, I feel like changes must happen. Like this Navi core has been together for way too long, and hasn't been able to break through. Even like Wonderful stepped up. Makaze this tournament didn't, but he's doing kind of. He has potential, and it just doesn't seem like the other.
I just think the only places that you realistically want to replace, if anybody, is going to be Alexei and Ema, right?
Well, Kixon's available.
Kixon's available, maybe Krebeni if there's like some buyback thing that we've talked about for the longest time with Foot.
Is there a buyback thing?
It's something that I've heard like several times.
Same as the PR thing with Game Allegiant.
Yeah.
To MOUZ,
That sort of a
obviously.
thing.
Yeah.
So I've heard it a couple times. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't seen the contract, but I would be surprised if Navi just let those guys go in with any sort of, but at least the first ask, or whatever kind of clause type thing.
Yeah,
Maybe not necessarily
right
like a set buyback.
First refusal.
Yeah,
over
that's
there.
the one.
Yeah.
Do you feel it's a one change or a two change over there?
For Navi?
Yeah.
I don't know. I honestly don't know because like last time in the break, I also thought they would change. That there were those rumors where Ema would in-game lead, and they would. I don't remember who they would have brought
This was
in
after
for.
Budapest, right?
This was like somewhere during this. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
So that was definitely like there was definitely questions there like that they could have happened, and then nothing happened because I think nobody else moved. So Navi didn't really have that many options. But then now I think there's going to be more options.
Okay. Let's get everyone involved again. Do people think MOUZ are going to make a change? We already kind of know that, don't we? But we don't know to what degree.
I think it's crazy the fact that they said that Brolin might stay. I think that's an insane thing to say.
I think it's insane, the xertioN in-game leading thing, that he's doubling down on that.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of it. Why do you think it's bad?
Because then why didn't you just make him the in-game leader before the whole Brolin shit?
Because he didn't want to. Cyclone's already said it. Cyclone has already said it that he's tried to make this happen for a long time, and only now has he been able to.
Where do you stand on the MOUZ situation? It seems like quite a lot of things are question mark right now.
I mean, the thing is, right, Brolin was a very promising and good anchor, right, before he became IGL. So I don't think, keeping him would have been so bad, to be really honest. Maybe he can find his form. But the xertioN one, what I know from the character the xertioN is, right, I think they would have maybe had problems getting somebody else in that doesn't IGL, because xertioN is a very demanding guy and has a very clear vision of what he wants to do. Also in the other MOUZ, and probably why Cyclone is saying that is because a lot of their plays were evolved around xertioN, right? He will be the guy getting boosted window, and then you make a timing for him, right? He will be the guy on Ancient that tries to lurk into window, and then they make a timing for him, right? So I think it's probably in Cyclone's mind it makes sense that he just build the structure anyways. Since we play for you, then you be the guy that making the structure. So I think I think just because you're IGLing, I don't think your fragging ability needs to go down, because MOUZ has just such a strong structure, and that's why they're making playoffs all the time. They basically, like I said it before, right? They basically have like a book, right? It says, if this happens on the map, you do this. Okay, checkpoint, you know, and then we do it, right? And that's why they're so good with the players they have, is because all the protocols are just so good timed and so well, you know, done that they can win. So whoever probably slots in the IGL role, that's what I think, right? He can probably enable these things, right? Because it's just, you know, a switch, you know. xertioN, you in this round, we're like, hey, blah, blah, switch. Okay, everybody does this. So I think, you know, making that move is not that bad for the system that MOUZ is already running.
Okay. Yeah, I just find it tough, though, because he's the guy who, in their bigger stage games, can go missing. And if he struggles with the pressure there, in tough games as a leader, he's going to struggle with the pressure as well. So, you know, that's something that only him as a human can kind of get past, which is the human element of all of this, right? Because it's not so binary.
Yeah.
But it's also tough because there's other players on that team who aren't performing to, like, I feel bad for xertioN in some of those
Did you
positions.
read the interview with Cyclone?
No.
That wasn't, because I was curious if I'm the only one who, I didn't say it in like a condescending way.
No, he wanted to be graded on their Counter-Strike, so I'm only going to grade them on their Counter-Strike. I'm not reading anything they say anymore.
No, I was just
I'm
curious.
so out on that.
I was just curious because he gave a very honest account of xertioN, and the impression was quite negative overall, because he said a lot of good things about him, like, yeah, he's this big talent, but like obviously can frag out. But he always quantified it, but he's still so young and he still has so much like ways to go, right? And he said it like 3 times in that one answer about xertioN that made me feel like, okay, xertioN he's not staying.
Interesting. So it's kind of like 1 step forward, 2 steps back going on over there then.
Yeah. I just think like the xertioN situation is kind of what you said, is like this guy either needs to be the IGL and you need to succeed with him, or you need to remove him. Like and right now they have him and they're just going to probably try the next season, see how it goes, and if it doesn't go well, then he's going to be the next one on the chopping block. But it's essentially on him to make this team work. Otherwise,
so it could, like Jimmi could go back, I suppose. Then like what you were saying doesn't seem that unrealistic.
Yeah, might be.
I guess if that's what Jimmi wants to go back.
But he was struggling. I mean, there was a reason why he wasn't removed, right? He was just struggling in this system as well, and like regardless of the system. Before xertioN took over, after xertioN, well, not after because he was removed, but before xertioN took over, he was already struggling, and I don't think it would have changed.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Let's maybe quick fire some.
Well, Foot, we know.
Astralis.
PARIVISION, we already spoke about. Astralis is interesting because you were talking before with the OG stuff with ruggah. You see him get replaced. Is that surprising?
Yeah, I think so. I think like he's very a great head coach. Like I think he was very inspirational for me. I think he did a lot of things very good in the structure. Like I think, like I obviously worked with Gob like many years, right? He was obviously the tactical genius, but I think as a head coach he was kind of, you know, my mentor. So I saw like also another way, because Gob is a great mind but maybe a little bit messy, and ruggah has basically everything under control. You know, he's a very
organized guy.
You know, he has always the plan, and he does a lot also outside. So I was surprised that Astralis didn't trust him with the project longer, because I think when he joined with HLTV it went up again, right? And why not give him maybe another change, like one more change, or maybe another 6 to 1 year. So yeah, I was surprised, because I think if people see his work, then they will trust him to do more. So that's why I was so surprised.
Interesting, because it's always super hard from our side to be able to gauge coaches, right? We can only really do it by the results or what the players say about the coach, right? And the players, sometimes they don't want to talk too much. Sometimes they're not willing to say a lot. So it is hard to gauge. What are you looking at?
I mean, I was just looking at his career, because I was looking at this recently, and his talk, I think, in the community isn't super high. Like, what do you guys think about ruggah? Good, bad? Nah, whatever.
I think that's exactly the problem. I think this is exactly how everybody feels about ruggah, because they have no idea what he does in the team.
But then if you look at his career, like literally last 2 years in Astralis, before that 4 years in OG, he literally had no time off. Like from 2017, Dignitas, North, Optic, OG, Astralis, he's literally maybe 6 months off a team, and then 2 or 3 years in the same place. So he must be doing like something to a decent degree, even though we look at his team and it's like they didn't really accomplish much, but how good were the pieces really that he was working with. So it's nice to hear something about like the guy's qualities, at least. Yeah.
I mean, the OG stint is a bit curious, right? Because I think at the time he was getting kind of a lot of flack for some of the players he got in, right? But then OG's working with a certain budget, right? That they probably didn't have the the money to get on some of the bigger players, right?
No, OG had a lot of money.
Okay.
like they.
I mean, towards the end, I don't mean necessarily like throughout. At the beginning, obviously, they got a lot of the big players, but towards the end, they switched a lot too.
Yeah, till the end, yeah. But still, like OG was always, they never, cut onto something that we didn't want to, right? They, like we said, sports psychologist, okay, assistant, okay, we try to get this player this buyout. Okay, we probably look at it, right? So in OG, I was like always surprised where like the Dota money was somehow there, but they were never too too greedy. But the change when I joined and Fico, Neofrag and Fico Neofrag joined was, and also Nexo joined, right? It was a decision to also get the newer guys, because ruggah was kind of fed up of all these like high tier signings, because the first was with like Valde, Alexi, they got NBK, all the names they wanted, right? And I think he also went like a little bit fed up and was thinking, we need something new, right? We
need some hungry guys.
Yes, we need some hungry guys, and that was actually, we wanted to go this direction, and that was also when I came in, and that's also when I think Flames started to shine even more, right? Because also what Flames a lot of times criticized a little bit, that he wanted hungry guys around him, right? Because he was so eager to win, and we saw more potential around him with the newer guys than getting maybe another name, just another big name.
Yeah, okay, that's interesting. Yeah, okay, yeah. Some.
I think that's an entirely different narrative around OG than I think we all thought of at the time, because they were all, even publicly, they were quite facing okay, we're moving more into the talent development direction rather than having big teams and things like that. So even publicly, they were kind of talking about this in a certain way.
That was later, because I also remember for Dexter, they actually paid a lot of money when Dexter stand in for the Monte situation. So they also had a pretty high buyout for him. So yeah. So when I was there, they were eager to spend.
Interesting. Okay. What's the time? About 12 past?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's about an hour. Do we have an ad break we have to run?
Let's just do.
No ad break? We don't have to.
Okay.
Should we have a break anyway? Do people want to go to the bathroom and get a drink and stuff? Huh?
It's fine. He says it's only Spotify. We can
So we don't need to have.
We
a break.
don't need to break. Yeah.
All right, great. Okay.
We'll do a big green check mark on Monte.
Yeah, there you go.
This is an optimistic one.
No comment.
Oh, fair enough.
An optimistic one. Astralis, I don't think much is happening.
Yeah,
right?
we've even said we don't think any more is happening there.
And
what about Bro though? Throw Bro over there for Ryu.
Whoa.
Back to Denmark.
Ryu's been pretty tough.
But I think he's not playing the roles that he was having in Monte, and I think the role made him have these stats. I still believe in Ryu. I think he's an exceptional player. He reminds me a lot of Flames, just in another role. I would give another chance.
The way they're using him is nothing like a Flames.
No,
you mean in terms of his approach?
His approach.
Oh, okay.
No,
well, I was just going to suggest Justin probably only has a year left, so he can just reunite him with Hooksy for 1 year.
Okay.
And that'll work. Just 1 year. He's probably got 1 year left.
He's always banging on that door.
Just 1 year. He's got 1 year. Okay. There you go. So we've blown up a lot of teams. If all these teams make changes, then we will have a mania.
I think if we don't, that would be fucking crazy for the second time in a row with Vitality.
We got
doing
baited last time.
But with Vitality doing what they're doing, the teams are just okay, we're fine with this. That would be crazy, no?
Okay, yeah, no, I agree.
It's got to be happening now.
It's got to be. That's a striker guarantee, everybody.
Yes. I mean, the problem is I said that last season as well.
Okay, I need a cough, so 1 second.
Okay, you can do that.
I'm going to move my mic. It sounds disgusting, so can you talk so they can't hear me?
I mean, if you stop talking, maybe I can. Just kept on going. You also
have
a
to
little
draw attention to it. A bit of fluff?
No, on here you have
hair.
Yeah.
I did get my hair cut today.
Can I take it?
Yeah, you go for it. Thanks,
there we go.
Okay, well that's the Cologne fallout. All right, there's probably other teams that make roster changes too, but we'll have to wait and see.
What's next on the agenda?
You want to do Skinionaire?
Yeah.
And then we can get into the real meat and potatoes.
I have top comment somewhere.
Yeah, I forgot about top comment. How can I do that? Brought to us by Kick.
We just want to do it now.
Yeah, let's do the top comment.
And then we go into the recap of the major or the rest of the stuff. Oh, actually, we did it kind of.
We did that.
Yeah.
If we do, I fucked the order. That's my bad.
Okay. We can do the top comments.
Does anyone leave comments on the YouTube videos or Spotify here?
Nope.
I wanted to see what the type of human was who leaves comments.
Yes. And I read all of them.
And I do too.
You also
and
read
it makes me miserable.
Yeah.
So there's no one here who makes me miserable. That's nice.
Well, there's a nice one for you whenever it's ready.
Here we go.
Here we go. First of all, this first comment is just insane. Kakashi Taichu says, finally, my favorite podcast to listen to whilst building in my femboy-themed Minecraft world. I did ask what makes it a femboy themed.
Yeah.
And there are some descriptions I didn't really understand. If I'm completely honest.
We've aged out of that.
Then there's Blaze Elephant, who just I'm not gonna read the whole thing.
It's a great nickname.
As the story of Counter-Strike continues, I think Sponge is going to be remembered as CS's John Madden. I don't know anything about John Madden.
The Americans know about John Madden, don't they? That's bait?
It's big. It's big.
Oh, that's big. Okay.
It's big.
I was going to say, all right. Okay.
So, that's...
John Madden, all right.
Yeah, I know you've been having a rough tournament here. Everything's going wrong.
Is John Madden still alive?
Is John Madden still alive?
No, he died.
Oh.
RIP.
Well,
it's not a good look for you, Chad. I'm sorry to say.
Not a good look for me. Okay.
I mean, you will die one day.
That's true, I will.
I'm sorry if this is news to you.
Yeah.
The winner, Michael Rene, this one is also wild. Do I have to read this?
Yeah, I can read it if you want.
Yeah, you can do that.
Pause my goon sesh for this, guys. Let me get the Vitality jersey. Is that...
That's it?
That's so he can finish his gooning sesh? He needs the jersey?
Oh, well,
some people use socks. Some people use tissues. He uses Vitality jerseys.
I feel like rather go for cotton than for like a polyester for that. It just feels...
Each to their own.
Just feels like, I'm not...
Don't goon shame. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, so shout out to Michael Rene. Reach out.
Do you reckon he was born in the year 1997?
Why?
Because it says 97.
No, I think it's random numbers on YouTube.
RGM.
And there's a nice comment on Spotify as well. This was going into the major. Said, Big didn't lose to a top-tier team in 10 months. Free major.
Based. And true. Hard to argue with that.
Yeah.
Actually, this guy's bang on.
I like this one.
Yeah, okay.
Obviously, they did lose now.
Yeah, they did.
Actually, not even. They didn't even play any really good teams anyway.
Don't hold up. He used to coach them. Be nice, all right?
But he used to coach them. I think he's...
Yeah, but he's got a soft spot for him, I reckon.
That's it.
How things ended after the Shanghai Major, I'm a little bit mad at them.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yes,
So,
add another big hater to the ranks. Let's go. Yeah. Who doesn't think that Blame F's a beta? All right. Glad we settled that one.
Quiet this room has been.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, that's it. Top comment presented by Kick. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Keep leaving comments. The same thing goes on.
Where's the email? The fantasy@hltv.org. That Michael's got to send the email to fantasy@hltv.org.
Yeah, that's where it is.
Oh, yeah, I missed that. Okay, fantasy. There you go, Michael. Good luck with that, Michael.
So my job is here's done.
Okay,
Back
all
to
right.
you, Chad.
We're going to do Skinionaire now. You ready? Okay, so this is an interesting variation. We have 3 more vouchers to give away.
Shout out to ESL.
Now, you guys won't be playing here. I don't know how we're going to involve this, but either way, Kakafu's going to decide who gets these. Oh, yeah, shout out to ESL for giving us those. We had heaps at the pub quiz, didn't we?
Yeah, we had like 6, I think, going up.
Sorry, guys, we used them all there. But the questions are going to work like this. Striker's going to answer the first question, Prof's going to answer the second, and we're just going to keep alternating between the two of you.
Okay.
Okay? So nothing too crazy.
Okay.
Just focused about some of the things that have happened at the major with the teams in the playoffs. Okay? So this is Who Wants to Be a Skinionaire, brought to you by our new sponsor, Skins.com.
Yeah.
And it's peer-to-peer, no fees. That's what I've learned about them today. So I'm learning, you're learning, we're all learning, and they have a ghost as a logo. That's great. Okay, question number 1, Striker. Who did Furia beat in the 2-0 game to qualify for the playoffs? MOUZ, BetBoom, or Bait? The audience can help you if they need, or if you need. Kakafu knows. Do you want...
Who was it? I can't remember.
You can help him.
You can help
You can phone a friend.
Okay, it's a team with a B.
Well, it wasn't bait. It wasn't bait, so it's BetBoom.
All right. You want to lock in B, BetBoom?
Sure.
Locking in B, BetBoom. Correct answer is... is it broken again? That's all right. We'll get there eventually.
Let's see if I'm correct, but I think
It's green
so.
now, though.
Yeah, I guess we're on brand
Well, it
with
wasn't
Skins.com.
MOUZ. They didn't start to 0, but bait didn't. It must be BetBoom, yeah. But I can't remember the game at all.
Yeah, it was...
B, BetBoom. They picked Overpass against them. They hadn't played Overpass the whole major.
Ah, this is the game. Okay, okay.
Yeah. So BetBoom are getting exposed in the map pool here. Correct answer is BetBoom. All right, 1 from 1. All right, Prof. Oh, look at that. They're happy with that. Prof, I've got a really hard one here for you.
Okay.
Give us the answer to this one, mate. Here we go. Question number 2. When does FaZe play?
XSC, no, they're not playing that. I guess after the break. That's the answer.
You could have said anything here.
After the break.
I guess that's the correct answer. But whoever said not here, you actually got the right answer. But Prof, we'll give you that one. All right, 2 from 2. Look at that. Prof's nailing it here.
I think they are.
Thank you.
There you go.
I think they are at XSC, by the way.
Are they?
I think they are. They are.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. You nailed it. Okay.
So XSC was the right answer, actually.
Well, you'll see a theme here in a minute, Striker.
Okay.
Question number 3. Zywa got 2 aces during stage 3 against which team? Foot, NAVI, or MOUZ? We do hard ones for Striker. He's looking at all the stats, all the numbers, all the interviews. We don't let him off the hook around here. Does anyone have the answer for him?
So they played. I mean, 9Z was the long game, so it would have been the logical answer, but I feel like it's MOUZ.
Do you want to trust the audience?
What did they say? What does audience say?
Audience member in the front says 9Z, question mark?
I'd wait for the consensus of the broader group.
I fucking covered this game too. Like, I'm just horrible at the.
You have an interesting memory, I'll say. So
I sometimes.
you gotta pick one.
You got 15 seconds. Foot, 9Z, MOUZ. 2 aces.
So
Not
it was
in the
nuke,
same
it
map.
was nuke. It was fucking dualies ace when they came up.
He knows the game.
MOUZ. I don't know.
Lock in MOUZ, please, Lucas. Correct answer is?
Is it 9Z?
Foot.
Oh, okay. Then
That's all right. Either way, you weren't in the ballpark there
Fine.
either way. That's
Fine.
fine. That's
Moving
fine.
on, moving on.
All right, Prof, another hard one coming up for you. Question number 4. The best coach in the major so far is?
Kakafu.
Correct.
Don't say the frog.
That's correct. That's correct. He's got it right. He's got it right.
I'm sensing this is rigged. This is slightly rigged. I'm sensing.
Next question, please, Lucas. The second highest rated player for BetBoom during stage 3 was who? Dilladez, Flammus, or Boomich?
So Flammus was the stage 3. Flammus was for the whole thing for sure. Jesus Christ, you're killing me.
Magnajez
here.
was for the whole thing.
Magnajez was in the end? It was Flammus for the longest time.
I'm pretty sure it was Magnajez.
Okay. Boomich did really well. I think it's Boomich.
You think it's
I think
Boomich?
it's Boomich.
Okay. You want to lock in Boomich?
Yeah, let's lock in Boomich.
All right, lock it in C. Boomich. Correct answer is? Boomich, yes. Had a really big performance to get him across the line against Foot. He was playing some big counter-strike. He was getting multi-kill after multi-kill, Mirage. He was playing very well, was Big Boom. Okay, next question for Prof here. Spell Cologne.
I'm getting really
K-O with the little 2 things.
Yep.
LN.
Correct. Woo. Prof's nailing this, guys. Prof is absolutely nailing this. Striker, you can still try and catch up here before the end. Next question for Striker. DG2 replaced who on 9Z? Lucan, Levi, or Levy, or Urbano?
Oof, I don't know this. I actually have no idea.
Any South
Anybody know?
Americans?
I have no idea.
Ooh.
I mean, I would have said Lucan just because he's the biggest name, and the other 2, I don't know when they were there. I know they were there, but I don't know when.
Who do you want to lock in? You going to trust the crowd?
Anybody know? Everybody says Lucan. I'll just go with
All right,
Lucan.
locking in A. Lucan.
He's the
Correct
only name.
answer is? Now on Gaming Gladiators, coming last. So he chose to leave.
Well,
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, didn't go too well for him. He's on the oldest team in major history.
he made the major, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tough. All right, next question for Prof. Here we go.
Got to lock in for this one.
Aurora are from Turkey. Turkey lost to which country in the World Cup?
Australia.
Correct. He's now, look, this is a
3-1.
great Counter-Strike
Was it
question. 2-0.
2-0.
This is the first question he actually had to answer, which is fine.
All right, final question for Striker now. Spirit have played 6 series in their major runs so far. How many maps have they lost? 0, 1, or 2?
So none in the first stage. Then they lost 1 to Aurora, and then they lost 1 to 9Z, so 2.
All right, lock in 2, please, Lucas. Correct answer is 2. And you're bang on, all right? You're back in the building. All right, Striker's really turned this around. Final question of Who Wants to Be a Skinionaire, brought to you by Skits.com. And the question is, who's your favorite caster?
Gotta be careful here.
It's Chad. It is Chad.
Yes.
It is
All right, we're getting the brownie points there. That's we got 9 out of 10 right. Someone at home's going to win a $50 skin. For you guys here,
We have some.
Yeah,
I
so-
think the guy in the...
wait, you're giving away now? You go for it. Go
No,
nuts.
The dude, the Cologne dude, helped with 9Z for sure.
Okay.
He said 9Z first, and everyone just started repeating
You
it. So
go-
I
okay.
think he should win something.
All right, you go.
I'll do
You go
that.
and sort that out.
Yeah. There we go.
It's going to be nice.
Yeah,
it's fine. Eventually we'll get like mute buttons and talkback boxes and everything like that. That'll probably be like 2029. Okay, so do you like that, Striker? Good quiz?
It was funny.
Good quiz, there we go.
I think it was absolutely fair. Like the setup was completely fair.
I was just trying to work out how to make it fun for a live audience. So I just thought I'd give Prof the easiest questions in the world and use some kind of difficult ones. But who's the winner, Lucas? Oh, we get a whole crew of witnesses right now. Here we go. Draw the winner. Is it the real Jason Lake?
The complexity is going pretty bad.
They could use the $50 skin right now.
Yeah.
Meh. Okay. 00143. You can talk to Lucas, who'll be in Kick Chat right now, and we'll get you your skin. Are we backlogged still on that, or are we sending them out? We're up to date.
We're good.
Look at that. We're killing it. Okay.
Let's go.
So now we can get into the actual conversation that everyone's here for. The main part.
2 hours later.
Yeah. But now we're going to talk about the bracket.
Yeah.
How we find ourselves, the playoffs starting tomorrow, right? Who's got tickets for tomorrow? Almost everybody.
Maybe you should have asked who didn't get the tickets for tomorrow.
Who doesn't have the tickets for tomorrow?
It's like one over there.
Got really sad in here for a second. You can't just sneak in the venue, use your badge?
Yeah, I will try. Let's see.
Okay.
But it's hard to come by with like extra tickets. Like ESL is very strict these days.
This time for the major, I was asking like months in advance. They're like, no way. I was like, what the fuck? Nothing. They're like, nah, no one's getting in. So they got a tight lock on things this time round. So yeah, we'll see how that'll unfold. But okay, so the bracket. My opinion is the bracket's fucked. Now, that's obviously by the doing of the teams and the way that they won or lost, and we could have a conversation about can you change the seeding, right? Can there be differences done there? Do we want to get into that, or do we save that for a break conversation? Probably a break conversation.
Yeah, I mean, what can you do? Sometimes the bracket will be...
Well, what about this, though, as an angle? Kakafu, how do you feel about this? If, like, you made it from stage 2 to stage 3, do you think that there should be like reseeding in that stage using the most up-to-date before the major started, like VRS or something like that, or do you think it's fine the way it is?
I think the 1 against 8 for the Swiss system is very good because when it was
1 versus 9, 2 versus
right.
Yep.
I think that makes the 2-2 games way more balanced than it was before. I think the other one was like super weird. But for playoffs, they should maybe change it. Like for playoffs, maybe to get like the best quality, right? They should change it. But I'm happy that it's like this because if these teams are in form and they're beating the overdogs, right? Then I think they deserve that too, right? I think from playoffs on, everybody should fight for every game needs to be a fight, right? It doesn't matter who you fight against, and it can maybe create a Cinderella story that everybody likes. So I think it's good. Maybe they can change the seeding through the different stages, maybe for like playoffs. But I think how it is right now, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, I think you have to, if you have in a Swiss stage and you go 3-0, you should be rewarded. I know that the Spirit fans will feel that they didn't get rewarded, right? But that's more the fault of the other teams and their journey to get there and how it's kind of all unfolded there. But Falcons were a 3-1 team, and so were Vitality. So that's the problem, right? The two of the highest seeded teams end up on that side of the bracket for Spirit.
It's also kind of unlucky that the other 3-0 team is Furia got the easier. Like if Spirit was on the other side, you'd feel it's much better.
Yeah, slightly more balanced.
Yeah, because Furia has just not been that hot this season.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the unlucky part. Could have gone either way, I guess.
Yeah, but we had obviously the 9Z storyline we were talking about before, and that was at the top of the pops, right? So people are quite, they're enjoying the run that 9Z are putting up here. I think Bet Boom's the other one. I was talking with XertioN in the roundtable yesterday, and he referred to the team as a mix, right? I've been calling them like a high-level pug, but it's very impressive that they're able to come to this event with a roster. Like Flammer said, he found out like 2 days before, and he was already on vacation, like mentally, so he played like some FaZe and some deathmatch, and then he rocked up and he's playing the major and now in the playoffs. So it's a crazy story from that standpoint. And they've also been changing positions on certain maps, mid-major and stuff, and we're learning their map pool, and they're having to adapt the whole time. They're beating good teams, right? It's very hard to take the performance away from them. But there's like a viewer perspective, and then there's like a player perspective. Because I was reading some headlines of the interviews today, and people, like the players, like, you got to beat everybody to win the trophy, right? And it's like, that's true. You do have to do that. But from a viewership perspective, you end up with a bracket that is like one tournament. Well, it was there. Luke, bring it back, Lucas. Or was it you who did it?
I didn't do anything.
Okay, Lucas, bring the bracket back. It died. Okay, well that's all right. We'll get it fixed. But you have one side of the bracket that has bangers for the quarters and the semis, 100% guaranteed, and the other that we don't know. And
quarters. I mean, one of the quarters. The other one has been pretty one-sided historically. Spirit G2. I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, but it's, I guess because it's household names, it has that allure to it a little bit more, where sure, 9Z and BetBoom, they're not household names. They play good Counter-Strike. Then you have the Aurora conversation, who really struggle in playoff games. I was having a look today at their big events in playoff games. They've won so few. The one that they did the best at was probably EWC.
Yeah, which
right?
wasn't
And that wasn't
really,
a big crowd.
Yeah.
And there's some other ones they did. They made it to the final and played NAVI at an EPL, but that was also a Malta crowd. It was a small crowd, right?
No, that was Stockholm, no?
That was recently, but they had that one.
No, there was one before in Malta.
Was that 2024 or something?
Okay,
I think it was,
so.
right?
I think so.
So maybe they were Eternal Fire then.
Yeah.
So, but that other side of the bracket is so uncertain, because for all of BetBoom, all of Aurora, and all of 9Z, wait, was DGT part of Pain? Did they make it to the Cologne playoffs?
So DGT.
No, that's major playoffs, but Cologne playoffs.
Okay, then I don't know.
I can't know if that, but it's definitely first LauNx for Aurora and BetBoom and most of the 9Z players. So
it was crazy to me. Like Woxic only made me realize when I was interviewing him that he's only for the first time in LauNx.
Yeah.
And he's tried 4 times or something like that, like since 2019.
Which is pretty wild, right? And some of these players, especially the guys from Vitality, were saying that it's a special venue, right? It feels like different than on the other venues. So yeah, that other side of the bracket, even though there's exciting names and they play good Counter-Strike to get here, we don't know what to expect, right?
Yeah.
We don't know what to expect from those games. So it does just kind of dampen it there. But for them, it's great. It's fun. It's stories that emotionally and from the human level, you can get behind, right? The 9Z story, like you can get behind that story. The BetBoom story, you can get behind that story. It'd be great to see Aurora break through the glass ceiling as well there. But do we want to start with...
No, how hard was that to say?
No, I think this is the thing. I really like. I like the way they play Counter-Strike. I have respect for Aurora. Like, it's just, you know.
You don't see it in playoffs is the problem.
I don't make tweets about them, and people get upset. You tweet about them, you're in trouble. You don't, you're in trouble. Kakafu, let's start with you here. When you look at this bracket and the field, who is your favorite to take the whole thing? I know I'm jumping down the end of the line, but we can kind of work our way backwards with your logic here. Who's your favorite to take the whole thing?
I mean, for me, it's also Vitality for sure.
So that hasn't changed?
No, it hasn't changed. I think it's just that all their positions are just good, right? I think they, like, any point of the day, you know, they can have pulled 2-star players out and Flames, and I don't know, Zai would just eat up the whole bracket and they go, like, I don't know, they win the whole thing. So I think for me, for sure, the favorites are Vitality. I think who comes after is interesting.
Okay. So for you two, has that changed? Okay, has it changed for you who the favorite for the major is, or do you still think Vitality?
I think if it wasn't for the 9Z game for Spirit, I would have maybe tended more towards there. But then they showed a lot of, you know, you can tell that as long as things are going well, nothing's like, obviously, you know, they don't need to have a coach who will like take the time out and all that stuff. You could see in the 9Z game that was getting to them, that they didn't have the stop button, you know, where we're just like, let's calm down, let's see what happened in the past couple of rounds, and let's readjust.
It did feel like they were in a rush to finish the game.
They were trying to finish the game very fast, and like you could tell that there was just like nobody with an overarching view who could stop them. And like that's somebody you will need in playoffs, like in some of these tough games, right? So I'm a bit off about that one now.
Okay, Prof?
Yeah, I mean, for me, Vitality is still number one, but definitely the least percentage I've had in them.
Okay.
Winning the major
so the field is
far.
close, but you still have them as the favorite.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's the general consensus. Does everyone have Vitality as even though they're not the favorite team, you might not like Vitality, but do you guys think Vitality are the favorite? Okay, I should have asked them first before the experts gave their opinions. But okay. So let's look at you were saying what's interesting is before that.
Wait, So who would be the most likely to beat them? So mostly Spirit.
Even
Falcons.
Spirit, not Falcons. Okay.
Yeah.
But Falcons have beaten them in the last 3 outings.
Yeah.
Without Kerrigan.
Yes, and stand-ins.
Yeah.
So it's a weird...
very weird
How
dynamic.
do you measure that? Do you,
none of
do
it
you
was,
ignore
none of it
those?
was playoffs, right, as well?
I
It was
don't
all groups.
think so. Do you just throw all that away? Is that data worthless? Do you think that data is worthless? Like the fact that Falcons have beaten them the last 3 times, but there's always been some circumstance, like Nucleons at the start of the year or Kixon going out, right?
No, I think all these like streaks, like they don't matter too much.
Okay.
Like I think like especially like from my perspective, right, from sporting, you just go from game to game. Like it all depends on, you know, how well you're prepared and how good your players that need to show up are showing up at the day. So I think like if, as you said, like if Monte and Nico go like nuts, then they can 100% win. So I think the history doesn't matter too much, in my opinion.
Okay, so I guess most people are thinking, within the room at least, that Spirit are the ones to stop Vitality on the road to the final. Should we populate the top side of the bracket first? Because that should be, in theory, the easier conversation.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it is necessarily because I don't know. After watching 9Z, I just think you can tell that they're like obviously pressure's off for them. That's first thing, but they are so decisive. Like if they want to be, they are so decisive. And like watching Luchov do go for some of these aggressive plays, he's so locked in, like unbelievably. Like
they've been playing very well. You can't take it away from them with their.
So I feel like that
right?
quarterfinal is going to be tough. I think.
Okay, really?
Yeah.
Oof. All right, I guess it looks like Furia's side of the bracket to fuck up though.
Yeah,
yeah, for sure.
I mean, that's for sure. Like all the pressure will be on them. They should be the ones to come out on top of that bracket by far. They are by far the most experienced, the most decorated in terms of trophies. Like they know how to win and they know how to do it on stage, right? So that's all they have going for them.
They also have the most to lose, I suppose.
Yeah,
which is also where the pressure comes in.
But I don't think that necessarily Furia has been the one that crumble under that. I think they've always had the players who more step up under that pressure rather than the other way around, right? So, I mean, Molodoi,
aside from Molodoi,
you can have a conversation, but I think he's still shown that ceiling on stage a lot. So I don't think that's necessarily a given.
I mean, he's good, but also that Falcons game, the 4v2 that they lost, the Monte last second defuse, he is the guy, swinging for kill that he doesn't need to get at all, and then everything crumbles. And after that, the overtime on Nuke and the last map, which I don't remember what it was, he was not really a factor. I think Mirage was first. But yeah, so I think there's something with Molodoi that he is a kind of a sensitive little player still in terms of he can choke a bit. So and against 9Z where they have no pressure, it's kind of a domestic matchup and they'll play a bit fearless. They can. I definitely see Furia potentially losing that.
I do see Furia losing
that
game for sure. Yeah.
Well, let's take a step back and then we'll jump back into this because we can start talking veto and styles and everything like that, and we can really jump into it. Which storyline do you think is the most compelling? Vitality going back to back to back, right, to end the debate of the greatest Counter-Strike team of all time with the Astralis situation, right? That's kind of what's out there in the world for that. Falcons, if they win the whole major, then the conversation is
Carrigan. Like triple, like 3 storylines on top of each other.
Nico getting his first, right? Carrigan coming, reuniting with Nico. Carrigan coming and being the I guess, successful point of Falcons that they've been looking for. Obviously, Monte would get his first as well. That's not as exciting because he's so young.
Kerrigan will also win a major with one of the lowest ratings of all time.
Okay, there you go.
I was pushing that for a bit.
I don't know how compelling that is as a storyline, but
it's pretty compelling. Like that just gives hope to all the 30-year-olds who want to game lead.
I'll get back in the server, huh? And then what have we got? We've got Spirit, which they'd go back to back with Cologne. Their storyline's it's just donk, right?
I can't mention it because Kakafu is here. But there's that whole green thing. The green thing.
That's the storyline.
Yeah.
No, that's not really feeling weird.
I mean, it is a storyline if they win without a coach, right? I mean, that's not with the coach, but without a coach. So there's definitely something there.
Yeah. I mean, there's also the whole. I mean, from donk angle, obviously, Zywo started insane this year, but in terms of player of the year, I mean, even xertioN said in an interview after the fact that donk was obviously not happy about that not going his way. So this is winning a major MVP. The best way to do it is by winning the major. So they would need to beat Vitality in the semi, most likely to do that. So that's also a bit of a storyline there developing.
Vindication for Magix as an in-game leader too.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's already started happening.
Yeah, but winning a major would cement that, right?
Of course.
What's the G2 storyline? They do it without Nico and Monte?
I mean, that's a big one.
God.
Imagine Hunter winning his first major before Nico would be the storyline.
Okay, all right. Yeah, well, when I was talking to him yesterday, he's like, yeah, and hopefully one of us goes on and wins the final. And I'm like, well, don't you want it to be you? And he's like, well, yeah, but I would be happy for Nico too. Like, I know you would be, but don't say that. Like, I know it's just be selfish for once, Hunter. It's fine. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's not him really, is it?
No, he's not that guy, yeah.
Bet Boom, it'll be a team stand-in winning a major.
Boomich, second major.
Aurora would be the first major for Turkey.
Yeah, I mean, first big tournament practically.
True.
Like
they broke the seal on the events with the major. That would be huge. Furia, Fallen would win a third Cologne.
Yep.
Be the only person to win 3 Colognes.
Yeah.
And again, with it being back as a major. And then for 9Z, obviously the Cinderella run. I said the
Fallen
like,
could be like one of the oldest major winners, or the oldest, if he would.
Probably the oldest now because he's been
he's a
been
year
like the
younger than
oldest.
Carrigan. So
Yeah, but
and
at
Kerrigan
the time,
won like
Yeah.
but this is like through Kerrigan 4 years ago now, so
Yeah.
it's he is definitely
He would be
older.
the oldest now, so,
he's the
yeah.
older. He's older than that now, I think.
okay, so Carrigan could re-break his own record if he wins as well.
Yeah.
So there's
Yeah.
more to
Yeah.
that.
I mean, he will
Who would
keep
you-
breaking that record as long as
Who
he
would you
plays.
like to see now that you're out of the tournament, Riot? Nothing really on the line for you, as just like a viewer enjoyer of Counter-Strike. Who would you like to see win the title?
Who would I like? I always like underdog stories, right? I think
Yeah.
9Z coming into the final, like you always want the big dogs somehow to lose.
Yeah.
I don't like that with Vitality is winning everything, even though it's deserved. So I like the 9Z story. I don't have like a really team I would cheer for. So
Yeah.
the 9Z story would be nice. Obviously for Xantares and the Turkish community would be like huge because I think he's so long there, right? He was also an ex big player, so I know him very well. So I would be very happy with him. But I'm not too connected to any of the storylines. Like I feel for Kerrigan, right? Because I obviously like him. And I think it would be like crazy with his, as you said, right? Also with the rating, because basically the other fours just need to be so much better on the server to like carry him. So I think that would be like a fun one. But not too invested in this bracket, to be honest.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get into the nerdy stuff then now, shall we?
What do you want to happen?
I think that the most compelling final, Furia has to make it.
Yep.
And then it needs to be either Spirit, Falcons, or Vitality. Any of those, right? I really like watching the greatness unfold. I don't know what it is about that. I was talking to a bloke yesterday called Aaron. He was a guy from Florida who's coming. He works at a national park. I was talking to him by the Rhine. And he said he really likes watching he said, we'll get to watch Counter-Strike with the version of like a Jordan, right? Like I'm talking Michael Jordan here, right? And you actually get to watch that live and be there live. I think for a lot of people, it's boring because it's like, oh yeah, of course they're going to win. But it's no longer like, of course they're going to win, right? We don't know. Like the form that they've had, they are definitely beatable now. And to see records get broken and a team push the limits of what we think is possible within the game, I like that. I don't know why I like that. I don't know what it is about that I like. I just know that I like that. So Vitality Furia final is the final we were meant to have in Budapest. That's what I thought anyway.
Okay.
So if we get it one major later and it delivers, that could be pretty good. And we've had the hijinks with those boys where they float Ancient. Do you float Ancient in a best of 5 major grand final, or does someone actually just bam?
Surely Vitality don't do it. They don't do it. They can't do it.
They've done it. Why not?
I think they've learned from the last time. No,
I don't know. Just have Daiwo drop 60 kills. Ask Aurora about that
guess,
one,
yeah.
So, okay. Let's get into the nerdy stuff here. 9Z Furia. So
What is the plan? Are we predicting it? Or is the crowd predicting it? Or how
we'll
are we
get
voting?
them to say what they think, and then we'll go with what we think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Then ask them first.
Yeah. Okay. So who do we think is going to win? 9Z or Furia? Let's start. Who thinks 9Z is going to beat Furia? Furia. Okay. Well, you guys are hard. You not hard in the paint, but you can see it happening with the 9Z.
I can
win.
definitely
So
see
how
it
do we get there
happening,
though? Because 9Z are going to ban Anubis, Furia are going to ban Ancient. Furia are going to pick, not Overpass. 9Z have picked Overpass like 4 times.
I don't think that's happening.
So 9Z's Nuke, even though they picked it a couple of times, it didn't look great. You've got Dust 2, you got Mirage, but Furia is not a
They
team
got
that's
some
going to
good,
pick Mirage.
no, but they've been pretty well split. I think 9Z in terms of maps that they've won. I think so far because they had a good Dust 2 as well. They had a good Mirage.
They had quite a
against,
few different picks.
Spirit, I think. Yeah.
So it's just what maps. Right, one of the issues with playing Overpass, if it's like the first map, is you start T-side and you're in an arena game. Like, that would be really slow. No one likes starting T-side Overpass.
Yeah.
Is T-side Overpass the worst half in Counter-Strike, in your opinion, or is there worse?
Yeah, probably. I think Nuke is also there, but I think Overpass is still something about it that it's, even though you think you're in control, it can like spiral out so fast because the offensive CT playing passive the map is pretty good, right? But the offensive CT plays that are so hard to counter for the Ts make it like you can get crushed, right? Because then you say, okay, let's D4, let's try to get a late round, and then boom, they go 4-man offensive A, and you cannot react on B, right? Or they go from like short and monster crunch with like 5 people because you cannot run out A because it's so far away.
Yeah.
So that makes it like super like hard because if they get rolling the CTs and you lose, there is like no real answer, then brute force yourself, and then it becomes super weird map.
A bit of a nerdy question, but since I have you here, I'm curious. You were talking about starting Mirage T-side. MOUZ has been kind of quietly the most CD-sided map in the pool, and I'm curious what you think about that. Like, what's led to this? Because it's always been pretty balanced.
Yeah, I think that's weird, right? Because I'm actually not sure, because I always thought it's balanced. Like, I think the T's can for sure win the round. So I'm not sure what's in the major now, but maybe
it's not even the major. I mean, throughout this whole this season has been has been really heavily up there. Like that nuke and then third overpass, I think, is the most CT-sided.
Hard
so
to
just
say.
Curious,
yeah.
like it's interesting.
I mean, one thing that it's like when you look at the games even more, it's like the enemies on T side, they basically finish A or A split probably 80% of the round, right? And that's, if you go deeper into the game, you will see a lot of teams are starting basically with A con window 1B, because with the breaks now, right, they can really not rush short, right? So any fast strategy towards short is like basically cancelled from 4 guys starting more towards A side, right? But that also means that if you do A executes fast, A splits, you basically disturb everything towards that side. So if you don't hit like a very good B-pop timing and the guy doesn't, block you as fast, you basically just play one side of the map. So I think that's a big thing. On MOUZ, it could actually like shift it. I think the teams had realized that, right? Maybe I said so much, right? But I don't think so, because the better teams are already like starting a lot for man A's. I think that just makes it hard for the T's to make a good game plan to beat that, because what to do then? B-pop or like a fake B-pop variations kind of. I think that probably plays into it a lot.
I noticed the Spirit like just leave Magics on B like very heavily alone, like with a quite long rotation, because they play regressive towards the middle from short as well. And, like it's kind of crazy how much people believe in the anchor.
Yeah, no, but as I said, it's because of the breaks. You cannot play fast short, right? That makes it super hard to just be in that area. You can basically just attack that area slow, but if you take it slow, then you can just rotate, right? The window guy goes to short, and or the op goes to B, the B guy goes to short, and now your system is very solid, right? Because if your op starts in window, he goes to B, what Shiro actually likes to do, right? Magix becomes a short player, and now you're still solid 3 on A all the time. And that makes it like very hard to make like some type of like game plan.
Oh, cool. Just sidebar on this. Your MOUZ game against Big, you guys, like, I love what you guys were doing. You were just taking stage 1 control, they'd push into you every round. Like, just waiting mid, they're walking out, pushing out connector, always trying to make a play. Even though they hadn't lost any space.
Yeah.
Is that was the game plan? Like, knowing the Big are just going to keep moving?
It was not the game plan, but it was something that we realized in the game itself. So we played them again, and it was also like coming from Gizmy, right? Like we kind of knew in the game that like when they were passive, nothing was happening in middle. And if you're like very, if you're very two-dimensional, right? On MOUZ, some teams, they either don't play mid and then they push extremities, or they come back middle and all fight in middle, right? And if you don't have a good rhythm to this, it's readable, right? And at one point you just say, okay, let's camp. They probably will come at one point, and then they just all came out and we killed them. So
yeah, you guys cooked them.
Yeah, so it was not like a heavy gameplay against their style. It was just something that kind of also just happened naturally in the rounds.
Okay, all right, nice. Some
Very, very
good insight.
great insight.
Yeah, the nerdy stuff. This is stuff I like. So in the 9Z Fury game, I'm just thinking 9Z probably want to pick Overpass, but might not pick Overpass because it's against Fury, who are also a good Overpass team. I think the Fury might pick Inferno. Then I don't know what 9Z are going to go for. I'm not sure. There's a lot of options. They've been picking a lot of maps, like you said. So, but they said Furia.
I think Furia should win for sure. I just see a world. I just see a world.
Furia?
Yeah, for real.
Okay. All right, let's lock in Furia there, Lucas. That took a while, but we got there. Aurora Betboom. So what do we got here with this one? We've got Inferno ban from Betboom and Ancient ban from Aurora. Betboom played Anubis, but I don't think they played it at this event. They played it in Atlanta. They were okay in Atlanta on Anubis. I think they beat Vitality on Anubis in Atlanta, if I remember rightly. So do Aurora want to pick that? Betboom's best 2 maps they've been playing at the Major so far, they've been picking into Dust 2 a lot and Nuke a lot. And they've had some good comebacks on Nuke, right? Some definitely big morale builders on Nuke. And then if you think about Dust 2, anything can happen on Dust 2, right? Like, I understand that teams are going through the motions, but that's the map where someone can just take over. And Magnajaz has been playing, that's the thing though, the experience factor. That's what I'm concerned about for Betboom, is the lack of experience. Yep. It's just one man. It's just Boomich. No one else has any real experience in that team.
But also lack of pressure compared to Aurora, who are like already kind of under a lot of pressure going to playoffs, and then now they're playing a big underdog in the quarterfinal. That's also something that will play.
Because it goes 2 ways though, right? Like if they know that the roster is going to be different after the Major and it's going international, which you would assume that there's been some conversation.
Yeah.
Then it goes 1 of 2 ways. Either they're liberated by the fact that they know that, or they're playing for their contracts and that causes them not to play as they need to play.
We didn't ask the audience.
Oh, that's true. Who do you guys think is going to win? Aurora? Oh, that's mild. Betboom.
Okay.
Really?
Interesting.
I think Betboom's going to take this.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Why?
I mean, just how they played this whole tournament. Why not? I mean, Aurora, unfortunately, playoffs have been really rough. Xantares specifically been really not delivering, and he's in all the key positions. And then it's kind of the xertioN story, right? If he's not doing what he needs to do, you're going to be losing.
Okay.
And that's kind of what I'm scared of. I just think in a playoff game, Betboom will have nothing to lose, and they've shown like that they're really adaptable in the games. They just like figure stuff out on the fly and no pressure. I just think they're going to take it.
Okay. Kakafu, who do you think?
That's a hard one, right? Because, I mean, Betboom played insane. Like, they also played the whole season insane. They're probably the best Tier 2 team coming up there. Like, we had a lot of encounters against them in, like, crucial games. They were basically playing the tournaments that we were playing, and they just play solid. Like, it's... Like, even though they're playing with a stand-in, I think Boomish does a great job of whatever they're doing. I think they understand how they want to play. I think also, what I think for me it's interesting is that they're tactically just very advanced. Like, they're tactically very, very advanced. It was very hard to play against them. We played against them, right? We played Dust2, Nuke, and what was the last one?
Dust2, Nuke.
Mirage, maybe? I actually
Nuke,
forgot.
Mirage, Dust2, yeah.
Yeah, Nuke, Mirage, Dust2, right? So, I think Betboom will take it.
Okay.
But it could, but only because I think they're tactically just very advanced. And the map pool, as you said, right, they could pick Nuke against Aurora. Aurora doesn't like Nuke. I think both teams are not so good on Dust2. So we will see Aurora doesn't like Mirage either, right? So Betboom can have an advantage there, right? And Aurora really likes Inferno, but it's out. Anubis can be obviously always there because it's Aurora's map. So it could be easily 2-1 Betboom.
Okay. See if they lean into comfort or not there. What do you got, Striker? Who do you think's going to take this?
I have no idea. I'm down.
That's all right, because you and I don't actually give an opinion. Because with the two of them plus the crowd,
that's it.
It's
Can't
Betboom.
win. Can't win.
But you don't have a strong opinion on this one?
No, I don't. I really don't.
Okay. This is the one I'm casting tomorrow. So you guys didn't help me at all there. So we'll see what happens. Okay, Lucas, put Betboom through. And all right, G2 or Spirit? Who thinks Spirit's going to win? Okay, who thinks G2's going to win? Okay.
Two guys.
All right, so the general consensus is Spirit there. This is not... Look, I think that G2 are a good team. For some reason, I really like G2. I don't know why. I have for a while, even when they had MOUZ. I just like their ideas.
And it's something about how they play, but also just the team that's a team. It's just like no one stands out too much. Everyone's should be playing for each other, right? And even the IGL is not just like a bot. He can do some good stuff. I think the only thing that kind of pisses people off watching this team is Sunpius, I think, because sometimes he can be just
shots.
so bad.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the thread. Sunpius, the photographer.
Oh yeah.
Which is just like, he scopes in, he takes a look, perfect shot. He misses, and that's it. He just sees the people, and that's how it feels sometimes. Obviously, he has good moments, but it's been way too many bad games from Sunny P, and it's weird that they're like selling Klim as well, considering that as well.
Well, we'll see what happens there. This one, no Inferno, no Nuke. I think that probably helps Spirit a bit that there's no Nuke in this one, because then they can be more into their Dust2s, their Mirages. Ancient can play in. This could be a really good map pool for Spirit here, but also G2. They struggle with the second round 4 spies, but they are winning 4 spies back of their own. Right? They've seen a real they've had some real tight games that have been back and forth throughout. You didn't have one in the last one, Striker. Who you got in this one?
I think it's Spirits. I do think that G2 have kind of the arena Counter-Strike going their way a bit, because they just play that like super dynamic style where they're just like so fast, like in one spot, like when they're playing CT sides, like they're really quick to rotate a lot of the time, and that just works in arena. Like if you're going for fights and all that stuff, like you'll be able to make that work. So I think they will have a better chance than they have had in the matchups before. Okay. But I just think Spirit they've just looked really solid. Like outside of 9Z game, I've just really liked what Spirit brought.
Okay.
I don't think they ever. Yeah, I'm just looking at the results. The G2 has never beaten Spirit like these cores.
Not in this lineup. Yeah.
They won like 3 maps out of what is this? 4-13.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty condemning. Yeah, well, the stats aren't there for them, but I agree with the sentiment of the arena Counter-Strike and the more brawly style, and then that could be where they get flustered, Spirit, if they don't have the coach, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't predict against Spirit, but I'm trying to make a story for kakafu. Who you got?
Oof, I think that it could be a close one actually, but I'm leaning a little bit to Spirit. But you know, G2 is just, as you guys already realized, also from the outside, they're just a very well-coached team. I would say, you know, I mean, obviously I don't know what Saw does, but I have a lot of respect for him. Fun part, I actually think Saw is very good in anti-ecos, because also when he was back in Heroic, I remember I basically always checked like, we didn't do a good anti-eco. Let's see what Heroic is doing.
What's happening now then?
I mean, I don't know what happened here, but I always think when I watch them, right, everything makes sense, right? Everything is like, oh, this is solid. This is solid. As you said, this city push makes sense. You know, the pieces are moving together. So, but I mean, Spirit is still a very good system team themselves, right? And I think that's something that maybe some people are overlooking, right? And now they have obviously the donk Shiro factor that can anyways take over. So yeah, I'm having Spirit. But yeah, maybe G2 Magic can work, but I'm a little bit worried about Nerds because his whole thing is that G2 plays in a structure, but Nerds is the X factor now, right? A little bit better than what MOUZ was doing, right? So Nerds is a player that sometimes says, I want to do this, and I will take a timing, for example, I go through a smoke now, right? Without the system being there. And I think if he doesn't succeed in these moves, you know, I don't think they have the X factor to beat Spirit. But I think if Nerds goes like huge with these type of like reads, I think they actually have a chance. But still, Spirit for the safe pick.
Okay, all right. Prof, you with Spirit?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that leaves us Falcons versus Vitality. Who thinks Falcons are going to win?
Whoa.
Wow.
Expected more support.
Wow, okay. So then I guess who thinks Vitality's going to win? Okay. All right. Well,
I feel like it will be a spicy game, though. I feel like Falcons have more of a chance than like 3 versus 95 or something.
Well, this one though, the thing that's condemning to Falcons immediately is Vitality going to pick Inferno.
Yeah.
Right. And that B-hold, it's not getting any better with Karrigan there. It's not getting any better with Karrigan there. Right, so but arena Counter-Strike, and I think someone mentioned this before, the Karrigan bullshit, right, or the Karrigan DNA, which was the FaZe DNA. That's the difference that can be, because if they can draw Vitality into one of those games, then it doesn't matter like any of the history or any of the stats that we're talking about. None of that matters. As soon as they're on a stage and Karrigan's going nuts, hopefully he's feeling better, because I think he's the most sick out of the lot, out of the people I've spoken to.
Well,
Monte apparently not sick at all.
Monte wasn't sick.
No, apparently not.
No, but you guys said he...
Because they came into the media room. He was even there. He spoke to the manager and PR, and manager and PR told us, oh, Monte's not feeling well, so we didn't get the interview. So he said it in the live post. Now he's like, I don't know where that rumor came from. I'm fine.
Well, that's the thing, because he was doing media with Stiko. Like, he was doing an SSD setup and stuff, right? So I was like,
he just didn't want to do the interviews.
Well, so yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, I think that this game, I agree that the sentiment is it could become a good game, right? But that requires Falcons to drag Vitality into the mud.
Yeah.
That was a cool stat line I saw from somebody. I didn't actually recheck it, so I hope it's actually right. Some guys had something like that. They're basically winning all games with like at least 10 rounds. At least 10 rounds lost. Like on average, they're winning games with at least 10 rounds lost on average per game. But they're winning as many maps as they did with Kixan before. You know, so even though the games are closer, they still take them over the line just as much as with Kixan.
Interesting.
Which is curious. It's cool. Like, it's just also feeds into the whole Karrigan storyline of them just always playing like super brawly and like down to the last rounds, you know, and all these things from the FaZe times.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. Overall, I'm just
he put his finger up. He was ready. He's a good man over there.
Didn't see.
Because one thing I think it's like why I think Vitality will crush Falcons. There's like two things. Number one, Robs played with Karrigan. I think it's a huge thing. Like, if you know, right, if you know how the enemy IGL likes to call, it gives you a huge advantage, especially against Karrigan. I can give you an example. When we played against Falcons this Inferno game, right, like we lost 2v4s anyways, but this is another question. But there was a very interesting round for Karrigan, right? So basically, there was a round where it was very low time, right? They had control over the map. We were pretty passive. You know, now a long smoke comes in, and it felt really that they want to hit A bomb site, right? But in the end, they didn't, right? Then they came towards B, but we stayed with like I think 2 more on A because we thought it's gonna come. And now, you know, they came, you know, towards B, right? So, but if you know this and know, you know, the style of, you know, if he likes late fakes, you know, how he fakes, you know, and Robs knows it probably by heart now, and he's even the anchor, right? He can basically coordinate the rotations of Vitality against the Kerrigan calls. So I'm very, like, I think that's a huge thing, right? Especially when Kerrigan cannot implement new ideas with the team that maybe they have. I think that's why I think Vegas will get crushed, because Robs just has the intel.
Okay. Okay, that's an interesting angle, yeah.
I mean, for me, as much as I feel like something might happen, maybe it's just delusional hope for Falcons to work finally and like give us what's promised with these players, right? I think some of the things that you see from the individuals, like some of the Kyosuke stuff that we saw at CAC and at Stana, he was great. Here, it's kind of going back in the direction of like over-peaking in a bad way, losing some key rounds, losing some key duels. His impact is not as big as it was, and we also have Kerrigan essentially still setting him up and dying for him a lot, so that's a problematic thing. Monte, some of the stuff that he does, great. Some of the stuff he does, like the leads, the advantages that he threw away on that Anubis game against NAVI, like that should have been like a 13-6. And then they went to win in overtime 16-3, 16-13, because he was like getting a kill, getting up, like Nico gets a kill, he trades, and then over peaks, dies. Let's
live by the sword, die by the sword.
Yeah, and then it was funny because the Serbian media, like Reload guys, were interviewing Nico after, and they did the whole interview, and then at the end it's like, so Nico, what's up with Ilya? Like, will he stop re-peaking mid? And Nico's just like, I don't know, man. I'm just gonna lose my fucking mind.
Okay, well, that's not a good sign.
And he said the same. He's like, him and Kyosuke are these type of players that you need to let them do these things because they'll win you more rounds than they lose. But against a Vitality, there's not going to be that many rounds that you can win. You know,
I don't like when people say this. Like I've heard this said too many times about a lot of these players, and it's like, yes, of course, to a certain degree. If you have like a 3v3, like just sure, go and do whatever you want. If you're up like 5v3 or whatever, just fucking sit. Don't give it away. Like, is it really that hard? And like, is it something that you need to limit that's going to make them just suddenly shudder in the next 3v3 that they play or whatever? Like, no.
They lifted the FaceIt ban over there.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
The FaceIt ban's been lifted. They're allowed to play as much FaceIt as they want. So I think they want to reaffirm the over-peaking, if anything, right? That's all that's going to teach them. Okay, well, we have Vitality winning here on the board. Is that what we're happy with?
Yeah.
Okay. I also think as well, what are you going to pick if you're Falcons? You're not going to pick Anubis. Probably Mirage.
Interesting thing, because I did an interview with Nico as well, and that like after they won. And he said something like they actually wanted to pick Anubis into NAVI even, not let it go to 3, but they just weren't confident in it because they only did a lot in practice. I guess something in practice made them feel good about the Anubis.
Okay.
And he actually said they wanted to pick it into them. He might have said it just to prep for like a potential Vitality game, who knows? But they seemed confident in it at least.
Okay, so maybe they do. I think they're probably going to pick more of a Mirage or a Dust 2. That's what I think. But we'll see what happens. Okay. That gives us Furia versus BetBoom and Spirit versus Vitality. Who has Furia?
Yeah.
Okay, who has BetBoom? Okay, well,
BetBoom.
Three guys.
Let's go BetBoom. Yeah, well, this is where it gets tough, right? Because if BetBoom can even make it to the semi, which I didn't give my opinion, but if they can, then why can't they win the whole thing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why can't they win the whole thing?
Because the team that they beat in the quarterfinals is a perennial playoffs choker. That's why.
Until tomorrow, Striker. You look, Zentara's going to play his best arena Counter-Strike ever tomorrow.
Well, then BetBoom's not going to make it to the semifinal.
Yeah, but we're dealing with what we got here. So this one, I guess for me, the fact that if you're predicating the win against Aurora off of Aurora being bad and not BetBoom being great, then you think Furia is going to win.
I do.
Okay, well then we don't have to spend much time on this. Furia is going to beat BetBoom?
I think just because Furia is tactically also on point, I think that's why the matchup is just more Furia-sided.
Well, they already played as well.
Yeah, they got, because it's the overpass pick that you said, right?
Yeah.
They exposed the overpass pick. They could do it maybe again. So
yeah. Prof?
Yeah, I'm on the same boat.
All right, that's Furia in the grand final. And that could be the Fallen, right? Winning his third Cologne 10 years after he won his first as a major. Okay, who's got Spirit? Oh.
No.
They're not even.
Few hands, but
they're
no
not
voices.
even making sound. Yeah, exactly. That's not very convincing.
Well, I don't need to ask who has Vitality then, do I? Okay, so the hold up, Lucas. We're going to have a conversation first. I know you're getting ahead of yourself. We're going to have a conversation first. Vitality versus Spirit. This is what I think a lot of us would have liked to see as the grand final. Well, not kakafu. He would want to see Monte versus someone in the grand final.
Two underdogs, Monte 90, that
There
would
you
be my
go.
final.
Monte bait would be great, I think. Yeah.
But Vitality Spirit, I think, based off of the way that Spirit have been playing since, with including Astana, right?
Yeah.
Actually, it's before Astana. They started to have an uptick, and it was like, oh shit, okay. And then obviously you get the Donk versus Zywi factor. That's always a really good one to watch. But in the head-to-head of this matchup, without the coach, is this where this starts to become the biggest problem for us? When I say for us, for you.
Yeah.
Have
yeah.
your opinion.
I mean, it needs to be like kind of a stomp, and I don't know how we're gonna
You don't
stomp.
stomp
like that.
Vitality.
Yeah.
You don't stomp Vitality.
Like it's like they did lose some like one-sided maps overall in the last year. They're here and there, but to just go out in a series. But the thing is also, if you're gonna beat Vitality, much better to do it in a best of 3 than a best of 5.
Sure.
So for Spirit, this is also as good as it can get. This is like the best odds they can get to beat Vitality. So there is a chance, but obviously you have to lean with the Frenchies.
I'm just always thinking maps, right? And it's with like Dust 2, even though Vitality lost to MOUZ on Dust 2 at this event, which is quite a bad loss, I would say. I think Spirit and Vitality are the best two Dust 2 teams in the world right now. I think, like,
Could be a handshake.
Yeah, would you agree with that though? Like, who do you think's the best Dust 2 team in the world?
I mean, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
No, but I think when I watch the demos of these two, I think Spirit has the more solid overall Dust 2.
Really?
So I would say Spirit could even pick it. But yeah, I think Vitality's weakness is maybe even Nuke, because I know that Spirit practiced against us actually a lot of Nuke, and they were pretty solid. So I'm not sure, maybe they're preparing some, genius game plan against Vitality here. But yeah, but if I would give more percentage, I would say Spirit. Actually,
Really?
Dust 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So who do you have winning in this head-to-head though?
I mean, since I said Vitality, I think Vitality overall.
Okay.
Like it's like still, but it's like I think this game is for sure like the banger one.
No, this is a blockbuster fixture.
It's like full banger. But I'm actually curious what you think Spirit will like. Which maps are they playing?
That's the thing. I feel like if they can get Dust 2 Mirage, they're happy with that.
I think so too, right?
Right.
Also Vitality, like it's weird. Like with Vitality is like a little bit meh on Mirage, right? Nuke City sites were like meh again. So it's like also with the storyline that maybe Vitality is crumbling. So like I see some maps where Spirit can actually win.
And Spirit owned Aurora on Anubis as well. And that's a map that we saw Vitality lose to Foot on, right? So there's definitely some choices for Spirit. I think they have a few places they can go, and this is just going to be what are they feeling the most confident on at the time. And then what are you, if you're Vitality, are you picking into Spirit? Are you going with Overpass? I don't think Spirit have played Overpass at the Major yet.
Well, if they're confident in Overpass, they could. But again, T-side starts. But I mean, I think probably the best choice would probably be...
They played
Overpass.
9Z on Overpass.
That's right, first map. 9Z picked it into them. You're right.
Spirit?
And that was the
Yeah.
that was the comeback from
Yeah. They ended up losing 16-14.
I don't know, overtime, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, I'd have Vitality as well.
Yeah.
Vitality?
Yeah.
Vitality?
Yeah,
Vitality?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Vitality Furia final.
I mean, that's an easy one then.
Vitality win.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we don't have to go on the weekend. We've worked it out now. We can all just go to Zulpish Straza and have some beers. But yeah, the final here, look, I don't know. It feels like we're saying Vitality are weak and teams can put maps into them, and then we're saying Furia can't beat them though.
I guess we can do what are the odds for the overall.
Oh, yeah. That's a good idea.
Yeah. So
Okay.
kind of wrap it to.
Yeah, let's
wrap
do
it
that.
up.
Lucas, do we have the what are the odds? Just nodding along. Okay. Oh, man, it's getting hot in here.
It's a bit sweaty.
Yeah,
it's a bit
pretty
sweaty.
hot.
Germans don't know about aircon.
Maybe you just
There
don't
is
know.
aircon,
There's
we just
aircon. We
don't
probably don't know how to turn it on, to be honest.
Okay, my bad. Okay, what are the odds Vitality wins the Major? We're going to put a percentage on this now, everybody. That's how this goes. This is presented by Kick. So we have a fun time with this. Now, Striker's doing the maths in his head.
Yep.
This guy likes to be a massive nerd. He always thinks about, like, the percentage of, they have to play a quarterfinal and then a semi and then... But if you had to put a percentage on it, who wants to go first? Anyone want to go first?
Just give me 1 second.
No, he's actually using a calculator.
I'm gonna say like 32%.
They have a 32% chance of winning the Major.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Is that
that's
high or low?
I think that's pretty low.
That's pretty high.
That's pretty
That's
high.
pretty
High?
high.
Like
Because-
high for
so-
anyone, not for Vitality.
No, for Vitality, with considering the run, right? Because it's like Falcons game, that's like, let's say, a 55-60% chance. Into a
Yeah, I
Players
wouldn't
game, that's
say-
like a 55% chance game. Into a Furia game, that's like a 60% chance. Combine that all together, and I'm down to 18%.
Okay.
I rest my case.
Well,
But is that what you're gonna say? That's your
what I'm saying.
Okay.
okay, I see the logic.
I feel like you're the individual matchups. I think you're not leaning towards Vitality enough. Like that's what I'm doing in my
I
head.
could still be 22%.
I'm leaning a bit more, and I felt like in my head I was like 25%, but I feel like that's too low. So I'm going a bit higher.
Okay, I will let Kakafu go last because he's the guest here, and I always go crazy with these. I think Vitality are currently playing at 65% of their ability, so I'm going to give them a 65% chance of winning the major.
Yeah, there you go.
That's my logic. It doesn't really make much sense, but I don't think they're playing anywhere near their absolute near perfect level. I think that's a factor because some other teams are looking better, right? But also in the arena, the thing that I'm thinking about here is this team has been so good for so long, and they're not playing the best group stage Counter-Strike, but they did the job. The job was make it to the playoffs. Now, they have to play all the hard teams, sure, but they traditionally eat the hard teams for breakfast. When they go out on the stage as a team, every single player in that roster has won in the LANXS before. Right? I know that Rops wasn't with them when they won in 2024, but he was with FaZe in 2022. Go check out the Field of View. ESL released that. It's bloody fantastic, an hour long from that. But they all know what it takes to win in arena games, and they are the best team at doing that at the moment, out of everybody, right? That's undisputed. There's no conversation there. So they have had to get out of bed for group stages or smaller tournaments, and they've still been having a really successful season. Well, this is what it's all about, the major, and I feel that that's where they're going to do their best work, and we're going to see them up their level from the 65%, probably up to about 80% of the Vitality level, because the standard we have for them is to play near perfect Counter-Strike. And that is a standard that they stayed at for a decent amount of time, but you're not going to be able to do that forever. So I think it's ridiculous to have the thought in my mind that they were going to continue that level and not lose maps and everything. So I think they brought back down to something that's a bit more reasonable, but still bloody fantastic. So I'm 65% based off all that, if that makes any sense. Okay, Kakafu, what do you got? What percentage?
I mean, how you describe it would make more sense. My first number was also 65.
Hey!
But I would just go with the lame one because I think you describe. Oh, okay, they don't take
Well,
it. Yeah.
Lucas can change it. That's all right. Whatever you want.
The lame one, 50%.
50. Okay, straight down the. They either do or they don't.
Yes.
Yeah, I've used that logic before too. And I think it's a good one too. So this is probably going to pull us around to what's this going to hit, Lucas? To the. Okay, that's the odds. 59%. 41%. Okay.
Striker is
It's an insane thing to say for the run that they have to go through.
Striker is betting on this number for sure.
This is the greatest Counter-Strike team.
If I got these numbers, I would be betting.
They'll be Does anyone disagree with his sentiment? Vitality will be the greatest Counter-Strike team of all time if they win third consecutive major and equal Astralis' record.
Yes,
no.
You disagree?
I agree.
Oh, you agree?
Yeah.
Okay, just check. Yeah. Everyone seems kind of mellow about that. So this ends the debate, because there are still some debates. Some people already think they are, some people don't. But if they tie Astralis and they keep winning from that point on, then there's no debate.
And all of us here can witness that.
Yes.
On Sunday.
See, that's the framing. It's not boring. It's amazing to be a part of history, Prof.
Also, my mom.
Is she going to be here?
Yeah.
Oh.
So you all better behave on Sunday, okay?
Put on the best show you can, so Prof's
No
mum.
old German.
Why are you bringing your mum? What's happening here?
Just for vibes. No, she never saw like a CS.
You picked the best one to bring her to.
Yeah, and there's a direct flight. It's not too.
Does HLTV have a booth?
Yeah.
I'm going to need to watch. All right, Martin's going to be there?
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
I got a
We'll
place
arrange
to watch now. Beautiful.
Yeah.
We'll see if I can get access. Okay. Well, Prof
That's
wants to watch the football. Croatia's playing.
Croatia, England.
Anyone from the UK here?
There's a bunch of the guys over there in the corner.
Okay. Okay. Well, everybody, want to say apologies again for missing the pub quiz. I really feel bad about that. But also, we started a little bit late, and you also had to leave the city a little bit to get out here. This guy knows. Yeah. This is not the city of Cologne.
But it's kind of nice here.
It is a nice place. This is a nice venue. I hope that SK have us again, if we need to come here again.
Yeah.
Imagine if this is the last Cologne.
Last Cologne ever.
Imagine if it's the last Cologne and we didn't know it. I'm not breaking news. I just thought, no, but that's the point, guys. That's the point right there. Think about Kakafu's timeouts. I'm not even joking, because we're here now. We don't know what's going to be happening in the future. We got the major. We're all here to enjoy Counter-Strike, and I always go on these spiels at the end of these episodes when we're here live, because it's great to see all you beautiful faces, right? People coming out to enjoy Counter-Strike. We're all here for the same thing. We all love the same thing, and everyone's here to enjoy it. So I want to say thank you for being here, being a part of the show, listening to us the app for the last 2 hours. Thank you to Kakafu for coming and joining us and being a part of this. And everyone have a great weekend, because it looks like almost all of you have tickets. Sorry to the one guy that doesn't. But we'll see you tomorrow, all right? Everyone go out, have a good night. The weather's going to be hot. We'll have a good time. We'll make some noise for the love of the game. And, yeah, that's it. HLTV Confirmed brought to you in partnership with Kick and our new sponsor, skins.com. And thanks to you guys. Cheers. We'll see you next time. Bye.
The biggest news roundup, exclusive insights, all delivered to your inbox. Sign up to the HLTV newsletter today.